What up, y'all? Hype. Let's get ready to get started. Howdy, you guys. What's up? Heyo. All right, let's get going here. Let's see what's up. I got to talking with Jayden this morning. Me and Minx are gonna be on Spaces. So I'm gonna be kind of like splitting my focus. But we'll be talking here, talking there. Did you guys like yesterday? Oh man, yesterday was such a clean day, right? Did y'all have fun? I love when everything lines up. One of my favorite things about trading is that if you're patient enough and you wait long enough, your perfect setups will come around at some point. You just don't force them. Pew. Oh, I noticed something cool. Y'all might be able to see this. Hold on, wait. Look over here. It doesn't look much different, but it's slightly different. Look. Hold on, wait. See right here? There is no more cord. Had some guys come in and we just moved into the new house. So had some guys come in yesterday to finally hang and mount everything. Like essentially all of our stuff, our TVs, our paintings, our whatever. So we basically had this company come in and mount stuff and run cables. I've been sitting here for the longest time without TVs mounted, just kind of leaning against the wall. And now we're like, okay. So now I was like, hey, while you guys are at it, hide the cables over there. So now I got my beautiful rocket scooter sign just chilling. I love cleanliness. Cable management to me is like the sexiest thing in the world. Cable porn. There's all kind of pictures of that on the internet. It's like sexy, like perfectly tied off cables. Oh, it's so hot. Give a gift to chat by clicking the thumbs up button. Good morning, guys. Let me make all my tweets and stuff. Everybody running here. It is Friday. I should be doing an ETF competition. I forgot to ask them. Oh, I still need to give out the shoot. I don't think I've given out to the winners of the last. Oh, man, I'm so bad. I owe you guys. I need to message y'all today with the winners of the last competition we did a couple days ago. Got to send out the codes. Can I not get invited in Discord? Can I not get invited in Discord? I don't understand. Hold on. Go here. That's the Discord, buddy. We can smash the like button. We get started here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. All right, you guys. Nasdaq's already outside of DD bands at the start of the day. No way. Look at there. All ready to lock in? Y'all ready to lock in, kids? I am. So I don't know. Oh, is it doing it again? Oh, geez. Gee golly. Hold on. I swear. Oh, because my tablet's turned on. All right, let's play desktop roulette. Which one is it? Nope. It's always the last one I pick. Yep. This is the nature of my life. Nope. I have 6 options. It's never, ever anything but the last one I pick. Isn't that crazy? It's such a weird. This is like a testament to how my life is not built on luck. I never have luck. See, I have 6 options when my monitors change around, and then the encoder needs to know which monitor to look at. Again, I have 6 to pick from. I randomly pick one. It's always the 6th one I pick. It's never the first one. It's so weird. And the numbers change, so it's never like, this is not like monitor 5 or number 4 or whatever. Don't forget, guys, hit the thumbs up. While y'all are here, hit that thumbs up. Okay. All right. Everyone, just right now, go to the bottom right of your screen. Click that thumbs up. Like 1 out of 3 of you do it. That'd be nice. So if ETF guys get back to me, I'll do another contest today. I just forgot to ask them. We do it every Friday, but I wasn't able to stream last Friday because my mom had to take her to the hospital. So. All right. All right, so starting the day, folks. Hold on. I'm all about symmetry over here, so let's make this a little more symmetric. Right there. That's prettier. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, mom's doing great. Who's been here for less than 5 streams? Who are the new folks? All right, starting off yesterday with the perfect setup. Yesterday was just perfect. Yesterday was a 13K day. It was pretty good. Today, let's see if we get the same thing. At least a decent day. I don't particularly like when the market makes all of its great big moves. Free market is usually kind of a bummer. So where the hell is my drawing? Where's my drawing tool? All right, hold on 1 second. Am I blind? Am I blind? Where is it? Where'd it go? So while I did get my tablet set up right here, this guy right here, I have to move it. It's a whole project to move it because I need to have it over here because here I'm I'm turning over here and there's nothing to stare at over here. But if I were to put it here, then I'm like, I can write because here I'm like, I feel like I'm doing this a lot, but here, because this is where my encoder is, this is where my trading charts are. So here I can stare at stuff while I write, but then I need a cable that's long enough to go here. The problem with these graphics tablets is your cable can't be too long on USB-C or else they start to glitch. There's a certain length that USB-C works for these things. It's such a weird thing. I used to have a cable that was too long and then it didn't work. Drawing tool. All right, guys. Oh, there it is. All right. Let's get started here. Okay, so firstly, right? DD band right here. Futures already outside of it. NASDAQ is, S&P's not. Another thing we need to talk about today is that NASDAQ has a gap to fill. NASDAQ futures gap. Let's go ahead and kind of mark where that was. Right. I'm just gonna guess about there. Get those numbers really quick. Yeah. Okay, so 21,908. Should we mark that one somewhere? Put that off the screen here. 21,908. We like to do white line, gap fill. Okay. S&P, I think S&P is already done. Let's double check. Did we? Always prep. We got market opens in 30 minutes, so we got plenty of time to sit here and pre-market. We had our class yesterday that talked about trade plan executions. Did you guys like yesterday's boot camp class? Was it very insightful for me to walk through and step through everything I think about in the morning? Right? This is where all the magic actually happens. It's the preparation. So we yesterday basically had a perfect setup. It's a really cool thing if you guys missed it. Yesterday's trading, it was just like 61.32. Okay. Have we passed through that? Hold on one second. Nope, not there yet. Not there yet. So the market open, and I look at it like this, and I go, oh, beautiful. Oh, amazing. This is great. This is perfect. This is, perfect. Like my elation because of how prepared I am to know that I got the perfect setup delivered in front of me. It only takes a couple seconds to see it when you're really well trained on what to look for. Doesn't mean you get the trade right every time, but it means that you have the preparation, right? So one thing you guys are going to learn is that I'm always super prepared. Now, we talked about yesterday how we get ahead of the market, right? Greater market. This music makes me think I'm running around on an island in like Final Fantasy X. Has that kind of like video game feel to it. All right, DD ratio. Greater than half, I'm going to take a guess. It's likely the case. We've been very high, and we're also gapping up. SPY, we've been above monthly hedge pressure. We haven't failed, and we're also gapping up. So I'm going to say that 2 of the greater market signals are already going to be bullish. So I'm already a bull today without even having any information. DD ratio, was pretty much like 80. Monthly scale, monthly scale here, monthly maps. We'll have to go read. But when we had a strong turnout yesterday, market did very well. Monthly maps look good. And the market gapped up and continued to move without a catalyst. I'm going to take a guess that it's also still bullish. As it showed after this week, it was nice and stable and bullish. So today I'll be looking for dips to buy. Pre-market already prepped. I got 20 minutes, 25 minutes market up. So already ready to go. So pre-market prep. Pretty much all 3 things are going to be bullish. I'm going to double check them when they come in. MHP will come in about 30 seconds. DD calculation will be kind of complete within about 2 minutes. The monthly map in about 2 minutes. We'll be able to run those and see. I'll try to make my entries here. I'm assuming that the market, when it's gapping up like this, Nasdaq is outside of its DD bands. You guys know the rule. We had the DD class yesterday. Above here, there is no shorting above the green line. Up here, I do long only small trades off of strong pivots only. Which includes the band itself. 4% of days will close above. We don't bet that bull markets fade because it's rare that they even break. So I let it go and I look for longs to still trade it. No shorting on the bull side, on the downside either. It's 88% of days tuck back in. 8% of days break and stay. No shorting. So I like to navigate inside of here. I don't bet against the bull market. Ooh, baby. Good day today. Although I dislike when we gap up and move so fast. So let's go see now. Let's do part 2. Let's go see what we got in the news today. Guys, got to prep. Okay, let's prep, y'all. Make sure we pay attention that Donald Trump doesn't shock the market. That's one of the things you got to think about. In days like this, and you're like, oh man, I can just get in a trade and spend like 3 or 4 hours and inch up. You always can say, I got some supports down here. I can just wait. And Trump hits an executive order and market dips to support, and then I buy it back in. This is how I trade Trump era. I'm doing this for long enough. So remember, folks. Remember, kids. There's no joy and sitting there all day in a market that inches up, and then Trump hits your drawdown limit, and then it bounces right back to where you were. Most of the time, you can expect at least once or twice a week. Your president, as I traded Trump era on YouTube last time, the entire time he was president, is that he will find a way to move the market, and there's always an opportunity. 4% is the number of days that it's closing. It's not bounce chance. It is at the end of the day. So only 4% of days will actually sustain a move that stays above the bands. Majority of days stay back inside the bands. So we use that indicator. Let's have it really quick before I go into that. Today we had PCE, personal spending came out. Chicago PMI is going to be in 36 minutes, literally right market open, plus to 15 minutes. This is going to be a big mover. Let's kind of pay attention to that, pre-prep on that. Nothing else going on today. Let's look at the earnings schedule. Y'all, we've been crushing it, man. I'm gonna get 5 days. I'll get my first $15,000 payout from Tradify as long as I don't book it up. I've been trading with them since Thursday. This is gonna be the quickest money I ever made with the prop firm. It's amazing how quick it is if you pay the money and go straight to funded. Oh. I'm right on path. It's only been 4 or 5 days. My consistency is roughly about 30% right now, which is great. 4 or 5 days of trading. It only takes 5 more. I'll get that down to 20 in no time. Can you use Rocket Scooter if you don't trade options? None of us trade options. Where did you get the idea that we trade options here? Great question, William. We are all futures traders here, 100%. I don't see any schedule news. Rocket Scooter is 100% for futures. People use it for options and stocks, but like our 10,000 user base in the platform, 95+% are futures traders. So a lot of people trade a little bit of both. Yeah. Let's see what happened. Yeah, no news today except for the PMI. That's going to give us a jolt. I'd love to see PMI drop us to a support and run. Let's see if they get those nearby. Is there a separate stat for when DD breaks, the percent it will stay above? No, because what happens is you have to quantify what a break is. And if you think about it, each time it pops above, you'd have 8 or 9 attempts today. So we find out that, if you're trying to bet on how many times something breaks something, what you're going to get is a lot of noise in the data. This is a perfect example of it. So we found a better way to do this. You're exactly right. Like if it breaks, what's the probability it tucks back in? This we believe is noise. Impossible to characterize. What's considered a break for us is if it breaks by at least 1 strike distance of the options. 40 points NASDAQ. So if it breaks by 40 and keeps going, then it breaks. But still, you get noise around the edges. So what we do is we just characterize, where does it open at Globex and where does it close? And that's a great question because then it's not as noisy. What you see is the majority of days stay balanced inside of here. So because I don't short a bull market, there's no shorting up here. Because majority of red days do have wicks at the bottom. Because 88% of bear markets crush their volatility and trade back up, a lot of the breaks to the downside make their way back in to meet that 88%. You just don't break the upside a lot, and when you do, it typically stays. So that's the answer there. So essentially, I don't short on either side of this band. I don't short a fade, a bull market. I don't short a crashing market. Crashing markets, I'm waiting for that long, strong pivot to at least tap it small so that it trades back to the band. Above here, I'm longing off the band itself or longing off on my strong pivots, which are going to be like the blue and orange lines here, or the bottom of this bull zone. So, William, to answer your question, you trade futures on TopStep platform. So TopStep doesn't let you hook up to any other platform, but what you'll do is what I do, I trade TopStep, is I'll have my TopStep DOMs on another screen or in a browser tab, and then just put Rocket Scooter next to it. See how right here I'm trading my TradeFi in another separate DOM here to the side. So you got Tradify right here and Rocket Scooter there. If you do live trading in a real brokerage account, you can connect your real brokerage account right here, bottom of my screen. connections, and you can trade your real brokerage account here. But prop firms are very much like you can't really tap into them. If we could, I'd do it. If we could. Great question. Great question. Everybody click that thumbs up button, bottom right of the screen. I want to see 150 likes. Let's go. Tell the algorithm that you like the stream. It's like a tip jar for a musician. You walk by, plays this beautiful concerto. You're tearing up. You're sad. Your partner's tearing up. They're sad. You drop on your knee and propose, and then you stand up and you pat them on the back and walk away. Put $1 in the jar. You had such a magical moment. Delivery of free entertainment. Don't not tip your bartender. What'll it be? Oh, one trade plan coming right up. It's a digital dollar you put in the jar, and it actually doesn't cost you anything. How about that? All it does is tell the algo that you enjoy and interact with the content. Yeah, well, yeah, no problem. And all I trade is futures these days on stream. I mean, occasionally I'll trade options when I'm looking for big market reversals, so I can swing it. It's rare. Like once every couple of years, you'll see me dive into options for a month. Strategically do so, but I'm trading futures daily every day. Play it again, Sam. Oh, I need to be on Twitter Spaces in like 5 minutes. Thanks for reminding myself here. We'll be talking with Jayden today. Everybody follow on Twitter if you guys want to listen in. Right there. It's going to be a little messy. Let's see if I can multitask. Trying to talk to you guys, do my trades, interview Jayden, host a Twitter Spaces. All in one. All right, let's see how this works here. Oh. 532. Okay, we're good. We're prepped. We're good. Let's load SPY up here. So be very careful with QQQ outside of the bands there. Same thing. S&P. S&P does have its big gap to fill there, so be very careful. Your trades there. Yellow lines are going to be 61.34, 60.68. So we're asking, it's going to be a very, very, very heavy resistance here. It's not going to break through it easily. I'm going to tell you right out the door. It's going to at least take the PMI to get some bump. So I don't think we're going to jump and rally. I think that markets don't forget a crash. And we had a big sell-off. We inched right back up to the gap. I think the market's going to try to sell today, but I'm not betting against it. I hope the market sells today into a strong pivot so I can scalp it right back up. You guys know the rules. Okay. There is... You set up on Twitter here. Can you trade in the Rock Scooter platform? Yes, you can. If you have a futures broker through CQG connected to our platform, you can trade through your futures broker. I'm using my AMP account here. You can't trade trader funding programs through here. Like Trade-A-Vate doesn't work with other platforms. TopStep doesn't work with other platforms. But if you have a real futures broker, for pretty much almost all of them will connect to our platform if they work with CQG, which most all of them do. So Tradeify can't. And again, you have to ask, Brett and the guys out there. They need to be able to create. Everybody built their trader funding programs on Trade-A-Vate's white label. Trade-A-Vate just hands you like a basket and says, "Oh, you want to start a prop firm? You have a funding source? Great. You have a website? Great. Here's everything you need to have your trader funding program inside of Trade-A-Vate." And Trade-A-Vate's like the Apple of trading. They really don't let anybody connect to it because they're like Apple. They want to sell you the connector and the phone and change the connector and make you buy it and pay for it. They want to sell you the data. They don't want anybody else taking a piece of the pie. Tradovate is very much the Apple of futures trading. So they don't let you. I'd love if they would. We all would love if we would. All platform developers like me sit here begging the folks at Tradovate, please let us connect to you. We'll send so many brokerage clients to you. They don't care. They don't care. They have their own business model. Respect to that, but boy, it'd be so convenient to all hundreds and hundreds of thousands of futures traders who all want this feature that they don't want you to have. So I'm wagging my finger at you guys. Come on, please, please open that API. The third-party developers. I have 10,000 user accounts at Rocket Scooter alone in 2 years. We'll have 50,000 in the next 5. I'll be able to physically change their stock price by many, many, many percent with the amount of people I could send to them. They have a model. It'd be great if we could. It'd be great if you could just connect to Tradovate right here. Click the connect. Oh, it'd be so lovely. Unfortunately, you can't. But, you know, they have their own reasons for that. Anybody ever had a payout for under review for Apex? Paul, are they reviewing your payout? I really hope you get paid out. Like, I'm starting to hear things about Apex. Are they being very, let's just say, secretive about reasons they're denying people and stuff? Oh, let me get on Spaces real quick. Gotta get going. Starting in 1 minute. Like, they're saying things like risk management, like lack of risk management or something. Guys, hit that like button while you're here. Hit that like button now. Hit it. Hit it. Bottom right of your screen. Do us a favor. Tip your bartender. If we get 150 likes, I'll get up and do a TikTok dance for you guys. That's definitely a promise. I'm not lying to you. Wait, when am I? Oh, he hasn't started yet. Hold on. Oh, I didn't know Jordan and Gav are doing stuff on the StockTwits space. That's kind of cool. Love those guys. I'm just looking at my spaces. Let's get Minx. See, she loads this up. Oh, there it is. Okay. DD Vance should update between 5 and 6 Eastern. Hey, good morning, everybody. Twitter bugs out sometimes.
I can't hear you. Okay, hang on.
Can you guys hear me in space? Emojis if you guys can hear me. Oh, Twitter is like super bugging out. Not you guys. When I'm turning to this, I'm talking to space. I don't think anybody can hear me. Twitter's bugging out. Hold on. Twitter gets really, really wonky sometimes with these spaces. Boy. So I'm looking for dips to buy on NASDAQ. It's still bullish. Things are good. So one of the things is that this is a very, very, very strong resistance. Here. This is the gap fill. This is the gap fill on NASDAQ since the gap down. Gap fill. So it's going to take a lot of power to get through here. We had the PMI, Chicago PMI coming out in 20 minutes. So yeah, we're having trouble getting in the spaces here. Gap fill here, strong resistance, no shorting up here. I long only on the break. I'm just here. Strong resist, gap fill. %8 of days close below the green. 88% close in the middle of the green. So it's good to be in the middle of the green. I want to see this. We also have a futures gap fill here. So I'd love to see this go down to like that 60.92 level. QQQ is going to have that same sort of thing. We're going to watch SPY out the door. This Twitter space is being super lovely today. I cannot hear her at all.
I just reconnected on my phone, so. Can you guys hear me though?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Oh, success.
I know, I'm not sure what's going on with these spaces, but I couldn't hear you at all, and I guess others could, but I couldn't hear you. So.
We've been doing Twitter Spaces for years and has still never changed. It's always the same little bug. It's a bug where you and I can't hear each other, but they can hear us. So what I normally do is I ask the crowd, I go, do you guys throw some emojis up if you can hear me? And then it's usually the hosts and the speakers can't hear each other. A lot of times it happens whenever you get like a phone call or a text or something while you're running a space, and then your iPhone or whatever just flips out. And Twitter hates it. I need to put my phone like here so I can talk into it. There we go. Here's my iPhone apparatus. So I've got my Hogwarts coffee cup that I got from, Disney or Universal. And I got my phone sitting right here. So this is a professional podcasting setup. Easy peasy. So we're good. All right. We're going for liquidity maps to come out. Don't forget, we've changed the alerts today, just so you guys know. We've removed the 2 p.m. rule. Since that rule, we found out that our stuff is strong even past 2 p.m. We moved the bull zone bottom out of irrational down to unusual rules. And then, of course, hedge breaks are just MHP breaks only. Blue hedge break is no longer considered irrational. It's not a strong enough pivot to destabilize the market. Let's kill it today, baby. Let's kill it. Everybody in the crowd, smash the like button. Don't forget, right now, Tradeify is doing a special thing, $35 for any of the accounts. Any size account, just $35 to do it. It's pretty cool. Or 30% off everything if you use our code or our link. It's a flash sale, so $35 for your evals. It's pretty good for their thing. Go get your 150Ks for $35. The link, the bot's posting the link, or if you go to our Discord, we have a link there for you guys. I'm doing $150,000 straight to funded. I posted my stats on Twitter last night. I'm trading 72% win rate. Profit factor is like close to 3. It's just life's doing pretty good. Yet on February 11th, I get my first payout, $15,000. As long as I don't screw it up, I'm inching my way forward. I need to make $20,000 in the first 10 days. So you're gonna have enough buffer to get to the second payout. That is 8 days of about $2,000 profit and 4 days of 4, which means the majority of my trades need to be between $2,000 and $4,000. Why can't we look at SPX? Because we don't buy the SPX data feed. SPX options don't come from Opera. They're CBOE. So Opera gives us equities data. SPX and VIX are not equities. They're index products and they're owned by a different company. And so to even go out of the way just to get two, I guess, NDX, SPX, VIX, DJIA, options, data feed. I don't even know if they have data feeds for those for retail to buy. It'd be a huge expense just for a few tickers. Great question. It's $35 for any account. I think that's the announcement they made. Let me say that again. It is $35. They posted on Twitter for any of the growth or funded accounts, I think is what it was. And it just ends, it ends tomorrow. Look it up really quick. Wait for Jayden's about to hop in here. Oh, let me get him. Oh, she's having a hard time connecting. It is. I keep having so many different ones. Flash sale. It's the 1 minute till market opens. Any advanced account, $50, 100K, or 150K for just $35. So it's $35 for advanced accounts. Just advanced. Everything else is 50. We get 50% off of growth and advanced and 30% off of straight to funded. But that ends today, 31st. So starting February, they have a whole new model. I'm telling you, if you want to get your accounts, I'm nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Get your accounts today if you need to get your accounts. Get them today because this is the better deal. You didn't hear that from me. Nobody go tattle and tell Brett that I told you. I'm going to tell them, you guys load up today. Today is the better deal. $35 for advanced, 30% off everything else. 50% off, 30% off straight to funded, which is I do, and 50% off your whatever. ETF is doing like a $45 reset, I think. A really cool deal that they're doing. No sales, though, for them. That's why you don't hear me say much about them lately. I always try to give you guys what the sale and the deal is, right? All right, so let's see what we got out the door. Nice gap and go. We have the gap fill here, strong resistance on this white line, and in 45 minutes. Or 15 minutes, we have the Chicago PMI numbers come out. We're going to wait on this open just to see if we get something there. Check the earnings calendar today. Forgot to do that. Aftermarket, no heavy market cap stocks after market. Everything's pretty much before market today. We'll watch the news coming out. Be careful that Trump doesn't say anything. Chicago PMI is going to come out 15 minutes. That is the catalyst that we want to see move the market. Other than that, nice, clean, easy day. Just listen for Trump and his executive orders as he smacks the market with a hammer, just like Thanos himself. With the snap of a fingers, there goes half your portfolio. So don't be engaged too heavily in the market on a quiet day. Try to get in, try to get out. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I get so excited with the good setups. I love those good setups. Here's the excitement of my voice today. I cannot hear these people talking in spaces. I think Minx is bugging out here. All right. So, all right. Okay. All right. Res greater than 0. Bounce right there. If we break, this goes to DD band. The problem is that this is really, really, really not far away at all. This is roughly 10 points higher, so roughly 608.5. Ugh. But if it falls for whatever reason, there's a long setup to there. Perfect setups here. I could chase the gap and go, but I don't because there is a pivot right there. Unfortunately, this kind of day sucks because we're walking right up into the thing. Everything's nice and bullish on S&P though. I'm drawing this right here just to show you guys. Everything looks really clean. So let's wait. Let's just double check the QQQs while we're here. QQQ started and is actually pushing for a monthly hedge pressure break. So technically speaking, the correct trade is for me to long small right here to take that big old gap and go trade. Now, keep in mind that S&P resilience is negative. So my choice today, while it would be to take this trade here, I don't believe we're going to fill the cap and keep going. So we're going to watch this number. If this resilience number I'm circling right here, let me put a big ass box around it so you guys don't take your eyes off of it. If this number goes less than 0, we're not going to fill the gap and we're going to fade. If this number stays above 0, it's going to bounce off of 527.5 and run. It's about 20 points lower on NASDAQ or 21,800 on futures. Okay, that's it. So this, technically, the better setup is to fall 20 points in long. That's what I want to do today. I could chase this a little higher, but we are right on the edge of those resistances, and I hate when we run right up to the edge of resistances at the open. So let me leave the space and come back. She's having connection. She might have to restart the space. The gap fill is here. Let me clean this up a little bit more. I don't short outside of the span. So I'm not going to fade this either because the market's really strong and bullish. What I want to do is see the market dip and I'll rip. So what I'm doing is I avoid the front of the market. But guys, stay here in the stream. Not going to guess out the door. We're going to be really, really smart. You guys are all the smartest traders I know. So NASDAQ right here has monthly hedge pressure. This is likely to fill the gap and fade. The problem is there's not, wait a minute, 21,908. This is good. This is good. Now S&P's tucking back in the box. I've got long pivots from here and here to trade off of and long pivots from there on the gap and go. Let me zoom in on this, make it bigger for you guys to see. Ooh, ooh. Oh, this a little better. Go back in the space here. It's like super buggy today. She might just have to leave and come back.
There's really no direction.
Yeah.
It was 10, 15 minutes though.
Hey, that's great, you know, if you can get your day done in 10 minutes, but it's better than an hour or two, right?
Yep.
That's the whole point of this trading ordeal is to buy back your time.
We're good.
Again, what a way to do it with
So 140 points rip on this, but when we tuck back in the box,
leverage. Now across so many accounts.
if we break res friends,
I
yeah.
traded the first 15 minutes and we held this 810.
The ideal setup is from here to here.
Yeah,
Ideal.
same.
I can't get myself to do it just because I
PMI at 45.
starting to like the longs. I like the setup. I like the volume to see, so I'm going to keep that on.
45.
I had longs over
Let's let it move the market, then we'll move.
and it shot up to
Good morning, guys. Looks like we got the spaces thing figured out. Man, this has been so glitchy today.
Technology's hard, huh?
It is. What's up, man? It's good to hear you again. It's been a while. How you doing? I'm in the same boat as you. I'm thinking, you know, quiet day, Chicago PMI in a little bit. You know, with not a lot of news, you always get nervous chasing gap ups because you know all Trump's going to do is snap his fingers and drop the market for a hot minute and then you grab the dip. I love waiting for it.
Yep. I was telling her I don't trade the first 15, but
Yeah.
minutes typically, but I'm looking for a longs entry. I guess we just gotta.
I'll mute the mic when I talk on spaces.
If we can hold about 5 of 810, some longs.
Yeah, we also have that, what, 21,908 NASDAQ gap fill that we took from that day when AI crashed NVIDIA and then NASDAQ pulled down with it. So today we're inching right up against these resistances. So we're going to see, I think personally, market's going to try to sell because I have this crazy saying that I say is that the market never forgets a crash. It always likes to try it a second time, even if it's something big like PMI. So.
This is a listener again.
Wait, can you guys hear me? We're gonna let it pull back. Dude, spaces are like super wonky today. Okay, we're gonna let the market pull back to half gap. I'm glad to see the market pull a little bit. Now the correct trade from here is to take a small long on NASDAQ, just a small long. But what I want to do is wait for the PMI. Being below here, there is no actionable trade plan. So watching this, I'm going to go ahead and sit out for now. I want to watch it fall to a better, stronger pivot. Okay, give me a second. These spaces are so wonky. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi. Maybe something's going on here. Boy. Okay, guys, so we're going to wait today. So technically speaking, I could take a small long attempt, but what I want to watch and see is for this to reclaim right here, and I'll take a long on the break. I always chase those long breakouts. I don't take them the first time they go. I'm going to give it a little bit, kind of like a little bit of... So I need to see that claim right there. So guys, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna take the long here. I'm gonna wait on this. We're gonna watch S&P today because S&P is kind of like up against that limit as well. All right, so this is resisting. Greater market's all bullish today. Bull. Let's do the monthly maps really quick. So guys, we're gonna wait for a pullback. Easy peasy. Easy breezy. Easy breezy. Nice, beautiful monthly map. All three things are bullish. Perfect. Okay. You want to see that dark gray sloping down, that light gray sloping down? Perfect. Beautiful. Oh, my bad. Okay. So this is likely going to go up. No fading or selling this one today. But because PMI is coming out in 5 minutes, I'm going to absolutely wait. Everything is really solid. The stock just got a bump. Nasdaq's going to go. It's going to go up. But I'm not going to take this particular scalp. But Nasdaq's going to go. S&P is going to go. Tap their upper limits here. 4% of days stay above here. 96% of days will stay below the upper band. If I were to make a guess today, it goes and it makes an attempt to fill the gap. And then who knows from here? Question. Market's extremely bullish. Very bullish today. All signs are bullish. Let me hop on this basis. One of my least favorite things though is to chase outside of these bands, especially when the market opens there. I'm gonna let the market move on PMI, then I'll make a decision here.
I completely agree. I think what happens with a lot of people is that they start trading firms and they start making the kind of money.
My guess is that that's the highest, and then it tucks back in. So I love my ideal setups are down in here. I want to trade here and down here. These are what I want to do. So I'd like to see the market try to move and start selling, and then I can go ahead and get me something really decent here. Let me get up in here.
Yep, completely agree.
Yep, and I know like so many, like in my Discord trade futures, they tried the approach.
Well, that ideal went better. Okay. So we're going to wait for this.
And until they step back and took these hits, so,
on Nasdaq, this is roughly going to go 140 points, roughly 3 points. So roughly about.
That's like the biggest thing that people have to understand.
That's what usually happens is people, you know, especially with
So
SFX, you know, we have
one contract here on the chase can go to 530 with a small stop. I'm gonna let the PMI move this. If it drops and comes back, I'm gonna jump in the long. I need the news to come out first. All right.
because they're shooting for the stars. The people who consistently get payouts with us, and from what I've seen, I mean, I've looked at all of our data. I haven't obviously looked at other prop firms' data, some analytics, but obviously nothing internally. Our most consistent traders are all taking like 1 to 2 trades a day. They're all trading for around 2 hours a day. The first 2 hours is our first most profitable session. Second,
So
aftermarket for Asia.
these are my stats of Tradeify so far. 2.51 profit factor, 72% win rate, 18,000 profit in the 4 days I've been trading with them. So pretty good. I need to get 45,000, so 9 per each account. So about halfway there, which is good. Ooh. I'm not engaging. I'm sitting out. If you're just tuning in, I'm sitting out right now. 1 minute till Chicago PMI comes out, and I want to see that move the market. If I were to take a guess, it's going to bump up and try to fill the gap. Should I gamble with some micros? No, it's off. All bull setup today. Very bullish day. Watch out for these numbers here. With these white numbers go below 0. Just keep an eye on those. Market's very bullish today. Greater markets all bullish. I should start writing here. All right. Hey, say hi to my YouTube show. Everybody here is listening to you, Jayden.
What's up, YouTube? You guys are learning from the best, man. Matt doesn't miss.
Oh, can y'all hear him? Yeah, they can hear you guys. That's awesome. Dude, so man, I've been meaning to chat with you for a while. You know, I need to come out and give you a visit. You know, we're coming out to your state probably next month anyway, so.
Yeah, please, we got the whole HQ, got a podcast set up, man. I'd love to get you on and just hear about your trading style, your strategy, your story, and I think that could help a lot of people. Be super valuable.
Yes, sir, man. I'd love to come say hey. So yeah, just like, you know, I was so excited when I heard, you know, it was funny because I saw your partner was tweeting and I was like, we were all chatting on Twitter and then you jumped in and said, hey, you know, this is my buddy. We started a prop firm, and I was so excited because I didn't know you had done it. I guess you guys snuck one in because normally I hear the buzz and, you know, we have so many mutual friends and we're friends. You kind of just made it and then you're like, boom, we're here. Yeah, I didn't have any hints or anything. So it was so cool to see you guys just show up with such a cool quality firm, quality product. I told everybody I know, I go, you know, of all the people I know in trading, you know, Jayden's a quality guy. When the prop firm space is such a, you know, messy space sometimes, you know, and not throwing shade at anybody, but, you know, there's been blow ups and rug pulls. And, you know, I told him if there's anyone out there that I trust that at least has a good heart, you know, I mean, if anybody watches your Instagram knows you got a good heart. I said, Jayden's going to do the right thing, you know? So I was really excited.
Thank you, man. You know what? I'll be the first to say, running this business is not easy.
Frank, good job, man. All right, PMI actual 39.5 on a 40 forecast. All right, let's see what that does. Okay, resiliences are dropping, so be very careful here. Watch this fight. Okay, watch this fight. It's good. So I do think we're going to go up today. About 530 QQQ. The gap fill is about 908. Question is, do I want to chase it? I hate trading outside of DD bands, though. It is trying to break. Let's put some micros on it. Just a couple. Just a couple. If this number drops below 0, I'm out.
A good product. It's not perfect so far by any means. We have a lot to add. We have a lot to do. But we had a good product that I
just a couple micros.
Knew
I know I'm gonna be a wuss. I'm gonna take the breakout to gap fill. I know it sounds kind of funny, just micros, but
Kind of an untrustworthy at sometimes industry. I just didn't promote. I didn't even talk.
I'm gonna take it because it's consolidating on the high with the break. Resiliences are good. Might as well. Let's double check SPY really quick.
So much in the last, we've been open for like 4 months. We were building it for basically this all of 2024. We were working on the back end of building it. There's so many moving parts. And another thing too about us that I think is cool. I think it's
just something small.
as a new firm is, you know, my partner.
These are still good. We're still good.
You know, we're very.
Like I said, just micros. I'm not gonna be a wuss today, but
Of cash per se, which I think is also important. Traders know that.
looking for that gap fill right there.
Payout. And I haven't made $1. Danny hasn't made $1, and we're not paying ourselves till at least April, maybe even later. So, you know, the business comes first with FFF. And I think that that's where a lot of these firms that have fallen have gone under is they see, you know, 7 figures coming in and they start taking it and spending it like.
Just micros.
Every business, not just prop firms. So for me,
Res is still good.
I was like, if
Just
things
micros.
don't work out, I'll go out of pocket. Basically $500,000. I had a $500,000 stop loss on this business. Like if it just sucks and it doesn't work out, you know, I'll take $500K of my own money. I'll put it in because I'm not willing to tarnish my personal brand. You know, contrary to most prop people, like I have other businesses that I really value. I like going out in public and seeing people, and it happens a lot. I'm sure it happens to you too.
Micros.
Having a social media following, but it's always positive. I would never tarnish like my personal brand and like my kids' safety and stuff for some business, you know. So you know, I basically put like a $500K stop loss on it. Danny was in the pitch at $500K of his own if it didn't go well. So we had a plan to where if it didn't work, traders would still get their payouts and we would just shut the doors, you know.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, I think that's not talked about either with some firms. A lot of owners wouldn't do that, you know, but I was like, I'm not going to let some business, like, let me live in fear, like let me tarnish my other brands or my personal brand, or whatever. So there was real risk on the table. There was space of our brand, which I thought was cool and built trust for traders to come and know that if they earn their payout, they follow the rules, they're going to get paid. Simple as that.
So was that kind of what led you into the name? Tell us a little about like the name and where you came up with it, because it really feels like you're taking care of traders like they're a family, you know?
So fun fact, Floated Family wasn't our original name. Our original name was going to be Next Gen.
Y'all can't hear him?
Traders. But then I looked and I seen there was already a prop firm called Next Gen, and like I'm not one to throw shade, but I just didn't read a bunch of great reviews. There's a lot of great prop firms out there. I just didn't really see that one. And I didn't want us to be associated with any other firm in general that had a similar name. So, you know, we thought about names, and I liked the idea of, you know, a family style prop firm. You know, it's not your traditional name, but you know, somewhere that takes care of the traders, that takes care of their people. Family takes care of each other. And I also have some pretty cool ideas ahead with it. You know, like I haven't mentioned this on social media before, but I want to host like a yearly or a quarterly family reunion. where all of our traders who have gotten a payout, come and meet with some of the top traders in the industry.
The best to ever fucking do it, guys. The best to ever do it on YouTube. We get it right every time. Ooh, ooh, every time. No, I'm just kidding. That's a lie. That's just a song. I don't see momentum picking up. I'm going to go ahead and... It's just micros. I hate trading up in here. I grab some micros. I hate when the futures market gaps up this far in the overnight. The stocks are doing well. The stocks gapped up and are not selling off. We have this huge gap filled 6132 right from the big sell-off in S&P futures, and then what was it, like 908 on NASDAQ? So I grabbed a few micros. Like I'm like 5 micros deep. I know I'm playing with big boy money right now. If I win $400, I'll take you guys out to dinner.
Yeah.
I get.
Matt, I was gonna tell you, I don't think you were on the live before, but I was explaining this film. I took a little bit of a break from trading, not completely, but I was.
Can you guys hear him?
My outside businesses and raising my kid, and towards the end of 2024, I just wasn't trading as much. I think I've traded like 4 or 5 days so far in January this year.
Yeah.
So not like completely a break, but really took the foot off the gas. That being said, I think I've been getting back on the charts every day and just looking.
Y'all can just hear like this, right?
Deciding what direction I want to take in 2025, and I'm going to keep trading futures. Of course, I prefer NQ over ES, but also I want to get back into trading individual stocks, and sometimes SPY and QQQ. And I'm super excited to use Rocket Scooter again because I was using it for a long time in 2023, and when I was on trading full time in 2024, and I love looking at that.
I'm just going to take profit. I need to focus on this. I'm taking profit.
Every morning, and it's like having that as a reference.
He uses Rocket Scooter.
Not saying that because you own it or to sell it to anybody, but just from a trader perspective, it was a really nice tool that I enjoyed having in my arsenal. So I'm excited to start using it again as I'm trading individuals and getting back into trading full time.
That's awesome, man. Well, it's really flattering to hear that you enjoy what it is we do here, and we'll chat whenever it's my turn to be in the spotlight when I come out there. I didn't want to take too much of the spotlight from you guys, but it really is flattering to hear that you enjoy the stuff.
It's awesome, man. It's a very just useful tool, and in trading, not to throw shade at others. There's a lot. I've tried a lot of tools just because I'm a nerd with that stuff, and I haven't found. There's maybe a list I could count on one hand of tools or indicators that are actually useful for traders and like to actually work and like give you some sort of edge increase, and this is one of them. So I thought that was pretty dope. You guys made some.
Well, thank you, man. So the good good traders, I think, run really good trading businesses. I've always said that to people. When you run a trading business, since I run a trading business and you run a trading business, you have experience because you're a trader, and you have a lot of viewpoints as to what traders want. Like you've probably done prop firms yourself, and you know what was lacking, which kind of inspired you to create what you did. So I think that it's awesome that where you come from, you have such an experience with trading. And I was gonna tell you, if you said you don't know if you're gonna be doing a lot of trading this year, you know what it's like to run a business. It's like literally right now, I'm on YouTube, I'm doing tech support, I'm doing a Twitter space. It's hard, and I'm trying to manage trades. It's impossibly hard. Your trading suffers a little bit, doesn't it? Whenever you're trying to do like 10 different things,
It does. That's kind of what I said. 2024, man, was just I had a really
Guys, I fucked up. I accidentally grabbed minis. I meant to grab micros. I accidentally made $5,000. God fucking damn it.
Trading businesses, there's just a lot, like you said, to manage. So the trading you gotta choose where to put your money.
When I saw it go to 2,000, I was like, wait, what?
Umar is a great example.
Don't listen to me, guys.
Umar dude's made like 25 mil trading, just probably more by now. Just unreal results, and he'll trade 4 or 5 days a month. He'll take if you can.
God, fuck me sometimes, dude. I swear. I guess I'm taking everybody out for steaks tonight. Jesus Christ. What the hell's wrong with me? I thought I swear I just clicked 33333 across the board. So so let me ask you a couple questions, since you know a couple things that obviously spot out. My biggest question to you is, how do I sign up to be an affiliate? I'd love to get the name out there. And you guys, are y'all having a program, or you're making a program? What's the timing on all of this?
Yeah, so we're never going to have a public partner program. But like someone like you, you have a proven track record, you're a good trader, you'd be a great fit. We'd love to have you represent the brand. So that's something I can get done as soon as, this weekend. But as far as like a public partner program or affiliate program,
Literally, while I was saying that to Jayden, that your trading suffers because you're multitasking. It's funny, Clutch, that you said that.
we're very selective of who we
Oh my
want.
God. When I saw it moving so quick, I was like, panic, panic, panic.
I've seen it too many times with like Apex. Apex kind of became famous for just everyone and their mom has an Apex link, and then they have their predatory actions, and I just didn't like any of that. I don't really stand for any of that. So someone like you or Minx would be great. You guys are good traders. You guys are good people, which I care about even more than the trading. Obviously, you guys being traders and being good at it is important, but you guys are good people. So you'd be a great fit to work with FFF. Someone that isn't such a good person or doesn't trade or just wants to shill out links to make money isn't really someone we want to work with. At least that was always my mindset.
100% agree, because there's like two schools of thought, right? When you have a business, you could have, and I'm not going to name any names in my space, but like in the platform space, there were a couple platforms out there that had affiliates, right? And everybody had an affiliate link. And it's like, we don't even have an affiliate program here. We've been trying to make one, but we'd kind of be in the boat as you, where we would hand select like a small batch of people that we want to work with. Because the two camps are like this, right? If everybody's rich, then nobody's rich, right? So if everybody's an affiliate, then nobody's really an affiliate. Nobody's taking it seriously or really representing the brand. They just got your link on a list of the other 50 links they have. And they're not really doing a good service for you, and it kind of waters down the brand. That's always how I felt. But I mean, that's also a good publicity to do it the other way as well. So there's always two camps as to like the impression that you want people to have. And they're both right. There's not a right or wrong way. But I think in the trader funding world, what you're doing with that is to build trust in your brand. And that really makes me feel happy, because in the space, people are kind of struggling with trusting brands with all, with some of the fallout we've had. So I think that's going to be really good that you have quality people repping what it is you're making.
Thank you, man. It means a lot. And with that, just from like a...
Bro, I can't believe I pushed the wrong button. I pushed 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And the reason I should have held all the way to gap fill. The reason I panicked was because I saw as like 1800 wait, and I go, oh crap. I picked the minis instead of micros. Oh my God. Was so confused. Flex, damn son, that 2860 is tough. Yeah. So 908 to fill the gap rate. I wouldn't be touching it outside of here. No shorting. Remember, no shorting outside of DD bands. You guys know the role. Did you enjoy the DD class that we just did? Did this class help you guys out? The no shorting rule that I have, did that help you guys out? Like in your education? Let me give you guys a cheat sheet to study if you want to see it really quick. This is from our boot camp. If you guys want to try out our boot camp, it's only $20. Learn all this stuff. Awesome, man. Great. So my next question for you, and I'll pass it on to Meeks. She may have some questions in the audience. If you guys have questions, type them below in the chat so we can read them. So can you give us a breakdown of what sets your firm apart as far as like the offerings, what type of accounts? Everyone has like a special thing that they do. What would you say is the most special or unique thing about the type of account you have, or what kind of special rule do you have that sets you apart that you think everybody'd like to hear about?
Yeah, so I think there's two parts to this question. There's one part that I can't fully disclose yet, but like around February 15th, you're going to see a massive change in our plans and what we offer. We offer one right now. It's not going to be one anymore. We have some super exciting stuff coming that's going to really compete and put us up there with, I always call them like the big three. But I'm not allowed to speak on a lot of that right now. But as far as our current plan, I think there's a few cool parts here. We don't have a daily loss limit, which people tend to really like. You know, sometimes a soft breach daily loss isn't necessarily a bad thing for some traders. Hard breach is definitely really, really, really tough to work with, but soft, sometimes people like it. It acts as like a stop loss. A lot of times people want to keep trading after, you know, they would hit their set daily loss limit. So we don't have that, which is cool. We don't have an activation fee, so it's very similar to like my funded futures in that sense that we don't have an activation fee. We don't have a daily loss limit. All your payouts are uncapped up to $50,000, where after that we're going to take you live. That's kind of our pay point right now, to where if you hit say $50,000 in payouts, we've had 4 people who have done it. I think we have a 5th coming in this week. As I see in our payout requests, then we're going to move you to a live offer. We're still waiting on our live account, but we have all those drawn up. So we want to have a really competitive live program, which is I think where the industry is heading. In 2025, it's going to be who can treat their live traders the best, who can give their live traders the most, I guess, ideal environment to trade live in a prop firm. Because right now it's like, if it's if you have a 90-10 split for say, or whatever it may be, you just have to find rules and find.
It's literally on the fucking flashcard that we talked about in our boot camp yesterday.
I don't really come from the prop space.
2 days ago.
I do a lot of research on them, but I've always traded my own money. That's just what I've done, So I'm like thinking of myself as a trader.
Day is now over. This is it. From here, day is over.
And trade on their live account when I could trade my own funds. I think the firm that answers that the best and treats their traders the best and makes it a
trading personal accounts 60/40 tax. You get the max cap gains of 37%. So 1099 will be taxed at 37%. So futures will give you an effective tax rate closer to I think 26. No activation fee and no daily loss limit for fun and family. That's kind of cool.
Around the middle of February. Don't quote me on that. Don't hold me to that. But it could be something you guys see. But it's much more competitive than some of the other offerings I've seen. We can do payouts every Tuesday. We like to shoot for daily payouts in the next few months. That's another objective of ours, a goal of ours. And sorry, I was reading something on my screen.
We just filled that gap in NASDAQ, the 908.
Yeah, I was reading something on my screen. Those longs going crazy. I'm kind of kicking
Dude.
myself.
People were making fun of me in my chat a second ago in the middle of the sentence of me telling you that when you're distracted, you mess up on your trading. The account I have on screen, I'm trading 5 accounts right now. So the account I traded on screen, I hit with 3 micros. I think it's 5. And across my other accounts, I tapped it. I thought I hit micros, and I accidentally hit minis. So I accidentally lucked into $5,000. But the joke is they said literally in the middle of the sentence, my eyes got wide, and I'm looking at my screen, and I'm seeing one of my accounts go up to 500, and the rest of them go up to 1,800. And I'm accidentally fat fingered minis when I thought I picked micros. See, guys, it's hard to do what we do. You get so distracted when you stream. You make little mistakes. I looked in my favor, but man, it could have gone the other way. But I'm out of my longs now, so.
Yeah, what a trade, man. That's a great accident to make.
Yeah, I don't like to celebrate it because I know when it goes the other way, it hurts twice as hard.
Yeah,
So.
Exactly. Vice versa would have went opposite. Would have been a nice $5,000 paper cut going into the weekend.
Yeah, that's the worst.
For you, no dinner for you.
Yeah, no, not at all, man. Well, dude, thanks for explaining all that. I mean, it's really awesome to hear. And so you said your payout schedule. You said, do you guys have a schedule, or is it daily payouts when you go to Sim Funded? What is your?
So it's we pay out every Tuesday.
Okay.
Right now,
Every Tuesday.
A lot of our processes are more manual right now, so every Tuesday we pay out. You can request any day, like if let's say you hit your 7 days of profitability, over $200 today, you can request today, but it will get reviewed and paid out on Tuesday. Our goal is to be at daily payouts. I like how take profit trader has theirs set up. I think that's pretty cool. I also like Tradeify's pay windows. I think those are pretty cool too. But the goal for us is to make it the most trader-friendly environment. So if that means daily payouts, that's what we're going to work towards. But okay, here we go. I thought I disconnected. Right now we pay.
I'll be down in a little bit on the space and give you guys more attention in a second, so don't go anywhere. Hang tight. This is just awesome hearing Jayden give us some info. If you guys have any questions in chat, throw them in here for fun and family. So very, very nice, man. Cool. Yeah, payouts are kind of like, you know, that's a lot of people's decision making, because I feel like as the prop spaces become more commonplace for everybody, I feel like more and more traders, and obviously education is also geared now towards teaching people how to beat prop firms. I mean, last night Minx had a really awesome webinar. I was listening to that about, you know, how to trade in prop firms, because, you know, back in the day as teachers and educators, we always taught futures mechanically. You know, this is how you trade futures. But when it comes to prop firms, obviously there's extra rules and considerations that you don't normally give yourself as a trader. So the new educational standard is to teach people how to navigate with daily loss limits and trailing drawdowns, and position sizing is huge, because we specialize in position sizing, which just is a shoe-in for what you do in prop trading. Because like people will go in there and start trading, and immediately they realize you can't just YOLO 10 minis to win your accounts. You're like, oh, I have to make X amount of dollars in X amount of days, so I actually have to pace myself. You know, I find myself closing my wins early because I have to pace myself. And so do you ever notice that because education is shifting towards teaching people how to trade prop trading firms, that the prop industry as a whole is creating better traders because people are being forced to learn position and risk management?
For sure, 100%. I think that where prop firms really help too, and an interesting perspective to add on to what you said, is that sometimes you'll hear people complain like, oh, you know, props have.
So what you guys see in the flashcard is what I drew on the screen. This is from our boot camp. This is from our boot camp. And if you guys, I'll give you some information about our boot camp. It's $1 a day. It's meant to be free. It's $1 a day for 20 days. So that you guys can learn everything that we do learn here. I want you guys, if you want to learn this technique, we just taught this class in the video 2 days ago. At 3:30 every day, we are live for about an hour, hour and a half to give a lesson on something. The DD Bands is an exploit of the CME Group's SPAN program. This is the cheat sheet that we give to our users with all the instructions on how I handle these bands. This band right here, the no shorting rule on the break. We broke, we tapped, we came here, I jumped in on the long. I always do that. Small trade only, which is supposed to be micros. Longs only. I long to next resistance, strong pivot, and then I exit, and then the day is over. Right now, everyone else is trying to figure out, what am I going to do? $5,000 later, I'm done with my day. So the idea is planning this from the start. And at the start of the day, I was not excited that we broke through, because I don't like these kind of days. They're usually small days with the high risk of selling. So that's awesome, man. Yeah, you know, every time you get a phone call, like Twitter just sparks, you know, and freaks out. Like it, yeah. Yeah, I feel like my phone rings like every five seconds. I'm in some kind of mailing list somewhere. I get phone calls for like Medicare. It's weird. I've never had Medicare. Are you looking for information about your final expenses? I'm like, please, I'm only 40s, man. Like, don't call me with that stuff yet. Every other day. That's so funny. All right, Minx, do you have any questions for Jayden, or do you want to field some of the questions from the folks in here?
How is FFF working to create value for the traders compared to others? And okay, so I think we kind of answered that. What's the best way?
Is there a link for Funded Family? We don't have a link yet. He said he's gonna make one. They're not gonna do like a standard affiliate program, but if there are affiliates for Funded Family, he said he would personally invite me and Minx to help and get the word out for them, which is amazing because you guys want a link, then I'll be able to give you guys one. He's the first. He actually told me the other day the first affiliates that they're gonna have like a handful of people, and he said I want you to be like one of the first people that help us out. So he personally asked me to do it. So I will get a link for you guys. So you hang tight on that. The first link and coupon and whatever they have, I'll be the first to get one. So that'd be great. All right, you guys have questions for me or for Jayden or anything? Is it, you guys are talking about stuff. What'd y'all say? Oh, the king of fat finger, LMAO, accidentally thoughts and prayers. I love when mistakes work in your favor, but I hate celebrating them because when they work against you, it hits twice as hard. It just sucks. Twice as hard. Let me go thank Brett Simba for the money. I've been doing this every day for fun. Do you guys have questions about this DD band? I want you guys in chat. If you have any questions for me about the style I trade or what I do or what I did here, feel free to ask me because that's what this YouTube channel is also about, is that I can actually explain to you why I make my decisions and how I prep for the day. So if you guys have questions about what Rocket Scooter does, what makes it special, you guys heard earlier, Jayden, you know, he was saying, I love Rocket Scooter. He's like, that's my favorite tool that I use. And he's like, there's very few things I'd ever recommend. You know, the people in the space out there, a lot of the big name influencers do use our stuff. Wolf Financial uses our stuff. Jordan uses our stuff. Janet uses our stuff. Ashton uses our stuff. AJ Stocks uses our stuff. There's a lot of people out there that are really starting to pick up on the gamma exposure world, which is what we do. It's really flattering to hear other people enjoy what it is we've made. That's all. Like I told you guys yesterday, it's such a blessing to have people just tell, like, and I told Iac this. I said sometimes it's just you don't really sit and think all the time about something you've made. And I sit here and look at it and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I've actually done so much. I don't think about it sometimes, but it's because people come and say, I really enjoy what you did. It's helped me, or it's changed my life, or it's better, or whatever they say. And then all of a sudden it just feels good to know that you know, my life is as such that I make something that people like. It's kind of like, I feel like a chef would have the same gratification. You make this masterpiece or whatever of a meal and you watch somebody eat it and go like that. I bet you just feel like so good. You know what I mean? Let's see how much this is today. 4,000, 48, 52, 53. 100. All right. So we hand out, so with our program, we teach different things. This is all futures. So what you see on this cheat sheet, which I'll show you really quick, has everything to do with this really cool. Let me just clean off the screen. It's an exploitative margin requirements. There are high volume pivots that we call DD bands based on margin requirements. We have a number on the screen called the ratio. And if this ratio is a certain condition, I'll take a certain trade. When you approach the green band from the bottom, if the ratio is greater than half, I don't trade. I don't short. If it's less than half, I will short off the band. This is the bull bear bias. 90% of the market cap is bullish. So I don't short the bull market. I never do. So right here, NASDAQ broke through the band. S&P tapped the band. So right here, the question is, would I frame a short? The answer is no. I don't short against this green band right here. So S&P is at that level. I don't short. This has to do with margining and margin calls. It's a really cool exploit, something we created based on a patent the CME Group put out, or a program CME Group put out, a patent called SPAN. And again, this is the whole thing, but this green line is a predictable high volume pivot. You can see that when you get to it, there is high volume. We predict this from 5:30 yesterday. So last night at 5:30 p.m., we give you these numbers. And when you get to this green band, it's high volume. You guys see that high volume right there? There's market maker stuff going on here. Without going too detailed into it, that's what this actually is. Okay. Where did you do the podcast last night regarding prop firms? Oh, it was Minx. So Minx did it last night on Twitter Spaces. So lessons are $1 a day. Then how much is it for indicator access to put the knowledge into use? The indicators. So the platform itself is normally, now there's a special going on right now. It's normally $199 a month, which comes with the platform, the Discord, all the tools, all the training, and the boot camp. $199 a month. But right now there's a deal, and we never have deals. It's $99 for the first month to try, which includes the $20 boot camp. And then it's $159 locked in forever every month after. We never do this because we never have a sale on the monthly. This is a grandfather launch phase 2 of our 20 days. We told people that we had this massive influx of traders. We've had thousands of people come take the boot camp in the last 4 months. And so everybody's like, how can I get the platform? And we said, let's make a sale and create a really massive community. Our YouTube channel is quadrupled in size in the last month. And so kind of like, you know, at my gym and my yoga studio, and they come out and they're like, you know, it's $200 a month, but if you sign up now, you get $120 a month forever. And then you keep that membership for 10 years. I swear to God, like the yoga studio I went to was like $240 a month, and I had a membership for like $120. My gym, same thing. You get in first. We like to reward the early birds with a grandfather rate. So it's going to be $159 forever for those of you. And prices won't ever go up. So that's what we have right now, which includes the boot camp. The boot camp, just training alone, is $20. $1 a class. This was one class for $1. What you see on this cheat sheet is directional bias. Each line is high volume pivot. Which pivots I trade to and trade from. Rules to short or not short. And position sizing. Normal, medium, small, or sit out. And the probabilities that of each particular move of the back test, what the probabilities are. So S&P as an example, ignore all these other lines because these are different calculations. They're all kind of piling up here. 4% of days will close above the green line. 4%. 88% of days, according to our last back test, will close inside the green lines. And 8% of days will close below. Because of that, down here on bear trades, I always try to long off of a strong pivot to come right back to the band. When this ratio is greater than half, I long off the band every single time with a very heavy normal trade. As you'll see right here, that's that one. Since we're at the upper part of the band, I go to the cheat sheet and say, okay, what do I do? At the upper part of the band, no shorting when that bull ratio is strong. No shorting off of this. Even though it can sell off, I still don't bet on it. Outside the band on NASDAQ, I'm willing to take long pivots to the first strong pivot I have, which was the gap fill. That was today's trade. The deal with us ends at the end of February. So you lock in for February with that rate for us. Yeah. Do I love math that much? Or does your platform not tell your daily P&L? I wish my platform would tell me well, this is Tradeovate's platform, so let's see what they're saying over there. Respect for Jayden for not committing to the influencer affiliate system. Yeah, I know. Like, there's two schools of thought there. But that's pretty good because, like, they want to have people that are going to make their brand look good. There's some people out there that just create, like, and again, there's no right or wrong, but it just depends on how you want to be perceived. Either you want to be perceived as fun and fashionable, or you're going to be perceived as serious and well-to-do. And there's not a right or wrong answer to that. Some brokers cater to like the young, energetic crowd like Robinhood. Some brokers are sophisticated like Schwab. There's no right or wrong. It depends on who you're catering to. And a lot of the prop firms cater to the, you know, the flashy kind, the Lambo kind, the yelling and screaming kind. And that's one flavor of prop firm. People like that. Another flavor is they want to appear sophisticated, more educational, more kind of like that. Then they're going that route. So it's good. It's good to have a good variety, you know, because what it does for you guys, especially, it gives you different options. You know, you may like, people love our Discord because it's actually not memey and not stupid. Our Discord is extremely educational. Now, it might be too nerdy for some people. Like, you might go in there and there's all it is just people talking about, you know, the market, and there's not like people posting memes and people talking shit and people having like, you know, side comments. It's basically a bunch of really, really, really aspiring traders that are pretty much talking about trading all day long. So we're kind of like a library, and you might think, yeah, fuck these nerds. These guys are nerdy. Fuck this shit. I'm going to go where the guy is like, check out my Lambo, you know, check out my watch, check out my whatever, money, money, money. Let's go hype, you know, and some people like that too. It would kind of like water down the seriousness of what we do for me to be goofy like that. I mean, I've got a cool car and a cool house, but it's not like, you know, the majority of my posts aren't about it. So, and for the same reason is that you guys, it's hard to take someone seriously when they don't take themselves seriously. So Garrett kind of posts memes every once in a while, but like I go to Twitter and there's like, it's just like, I went to Twitter the other day and there was a person in their home garage, their house. It was like a big house. And they, you know, the door was open in the garage and there was two Lamborghinis next to each other. And it was just like, I live my dream life. 80% off of Apex. Click the link below. You know, and it's just like, mine is like, here's how well I did trading. Here, click the link. You know, mine is like, not so much like, check out my cool car. But it doesn't mean that's wrong. I mean, I don't know. Personally, for Rocket Scooter, I wouldn't be like in the mode of wanting people to promote us that way either. Because what you do is you attract people that don't take it seriously. Then they come in and spend a day and use the stuff. And they don't realize that you need to study the market and study like behaviors and things of yourself. They don't put in the work. They go blow up and then they go talk shit like your program sucks. And I'm like, no, it's you that sucks. And that's kind of the thing, is that when you do attract more of a less serious crowd, what ends up happening is that you end up creating a bigger variety of people that don't take yourself seriously, and then the reviews are bad. If you do what I do, you get people that are just serious and people that put in the work, and you come and you read the reviews at Rocket Scooter and you realize that they are all 5-star with the exception of one, which is 4-star. That's because we don't cater that way. Even the person that said 4-star said mind-blowing concepts. Okay. So it's like, you know, the idea that we want to create sophistication. I'm an affiliate program where I tell people, you know, to go out there and flash pornographic trader images of your watch and stuff. Question above. Let's go. What do you have? All right. How much is Rocket Scooter? It is $99 for the first month, $159 every month after, which is a permanent $40 discount off of the monthly fee forever. It's possible for platform to get 5 or 10 years worth of data. We have 5 or 10 years worth of data in some capacities. Right now, our members are putting together historic back tests from the data we've been able to collect. We've only been in operation since 2022. So we only have historic data from our platform, able to, or downloadable data going that far back. We have on our old app data that goes back to 2020. So retroactively, we've been storing the data we've been pulling in so that we can retroactively recreate all the hedge pressures and stuff for the last 4 years. And then we'll be able to present that to the chart when we do that project this year, when we do what we call our backtesting initiative. So we can go as far back as we have data. We have to actually go back and recalculate the data because we never saved the data. And the old app didn't even have charts. We would just calculate the data, display it, and the next day we'd write over it. So we have the raw data to recalculate what we've had. Now, members have been collecting the daily data on their own and doing the back test. Garrett Otto, you see in chat, is one of them. So after a couple years, him and I got together and started crunching the numbers. And that's why we reformulated some of our style here, because now that we found out that certain things worked a lot better than other things, we focused on just the highest probability stuff. And that's after crunching about 2 years worth of data. Another person in our community is crunching years of the futures data and then making something for us to share as well. So our own group is like grabbing that stuff. So we can go back as far as 2020 to answer your question, Gamma. And when we do, we'll create the ability for you guys to make a back test of certain scenarios. Yeah. You're a math nerd, accounting masters. There you go. Personally, like how you present yourself. Thank you very much. You're breaking down the charts, graphics, percentages, all your thing, Dustin. I love it. So these are actually the backtest numbers from the backtest we did. The 88% and 4% and 8, we counted a subset of data that was in a characteristic bull market. Now, again, what would be nice is to have all market historic as far back as you'd want to go and select what does the last year look like, the last 5 months look like, the last bull market look like, and then you actually be able to get real-time probabilities printed on the chart. That's the goal this year. To have dynamic numbers instead of just static numbers from our single back test. So that's this year's projects. You're gonna give you 3 stars just so people don't think you pay people off. That's hilarious. The market was different 10 years ago. Data from more than 4 years ago doesn't really matter at all. And that's really true. I think so. No Friday giveaway. I asked them. Let me see what they have to say. Nope, nothing. Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, because I couldn't do last Friday. I had to do it Monday. They just said we'll just do one next week. So maybe I'll do it Monday. Is there a coupon code for tools in Discord? To make the monthly rebill $159. It will rebill at $159 if you buy it now on the platform. The rebill is automatic. The coupon will apply when it hits the second bill. It won't charge $199. When is the lifetime giveaways? We're starting them in February. We wanted to get enough people. If you buy 200, okay, here's another thing. If you buy 250, and this is 250, we've upped it to 500 because we weren't getting, hold on, because we have more trader funding. People were kind of like, that's kind of unfair because I don't use ETF because that's all we were doing. So what we're doing is, if you read what the bot is posting, and let me change it really quick. We were saying if you would buy like $250 worth of elite trader funding memberships, every $250, it would enter you into a drawing for like a bigger thing like lifetime and such. But a lot of people were like, I don't use ETF, I use other things. So like just now, we're starting to get affiliate links for all the prop firms. So the giveaway is now going to change to be a little more inclusive of everyone. Hold on. Hey. Hello. Can you guys hear me?
He's busy ordering steak for dinner with his 5K day.
I'm ordering steaks for everybody in stream.
Yeah.
What do you guys think now that the gap has been filled on NASDAQ? Do you think we keep going, or what do y'all think?
I still like the longs right now. After we reached a high of 20, 23, 24.
So what it's going to be is that now that we have Tradeify, ETF, Apex, I have my funded futures now. We have a link for those guys as well. If you go in our Discord, you'll have all the links and all the codes. Now we're making it every 500 you spend with any prop firm to even the playing field a little bit. Because you can go out and buy one account with Tradeify and $500 you spent. But with Apex, you know, for like $20, you really got to buy like a bunch of them. So the idea was to make it to where it's like enough and then everyone could participate. And then we moved the concept of February. So in February, every 500 that you spend with one of these prop firms, you get your name put into a hat. And we're going to do a roulette and then draw out a lifetime membership. So that's our big contest. So like for basically, we want to reward loyalty to our prop firm partners and give you guys a chance to win Rocket Scooter lifetime memberships. Only if you're a member of Rocket Scooter. I must preempt with saying that. it's not just if you use those programs. You must also be a monthly member, and we will give you free lifetime if at the time of the drawing. All right. Rocket Scooter plus patience and risk management by far is the best thing you found in your 8 years of trading. Makes me feel good. How do I get the RAS, DD, head twitch, and MHP in the top ribbon of Rocket Scooter? It automatically appears at the top ribbon. You just need to put your mouse over here to the right and mouse wheel up. It will be at the top. You probably have just moused down. Oh, wait, hold on. Go over here. You've probably done this. Put your mouse here. They automatically show up at the top of the platform. They don't show up into your popped out charts. It's only the main chart that has the window. Darb, recommend going through the boot camp. You're currently unable to afford the monthly. $20 won't kill you. Be able to utilize the knowledge. Yes. So if you have so we had this thing we decided to do as our popularity is starting to grow. There's a lot of people in a lot of countries, especially not from the US, that have kind of come to us and said, we can't afford the platform. If you can prove that you can't afford the platform for whatever reason, we said that we want to be the reason that people can't get an education because it's expensive. A lot of times wages, unemployment, or even in a country where not a lot of American dollar amount is paid to afford an American product. Well, if you send me a message in Discord and explain your situation, we do a very subsidized, sometimes temporary, sometimes permanent, based on your situation debates. So if $159 a month is too much, and you show me that you live in a country where your $199 is like your monthly salary or something, we'll definitely work with you, because we want to make sure that people get education. Everyone has a right to education. In America, we're kind of spoiled. A lot of us always have, or basically even in my position, we're spoiled. A lot of us have the ability to afford something. We went to a nice school or have a nice job. But it shouldn't make us like elitists where everybody doesn't have the ability to learn something. So we've always been able to work with people. So work with me. Even if you don't, $20 to learn the stuff is definitely worth it. That's why we made it $20. The boot camp could be $1,000 a seat, and not my desire to sell something for $1,000 just to talk to you. If you think that most people who try to trade won't be successful, what do you think the most important quality is to be successful? In any aspect of success in business has to do with profitability. Every decision you make has to do with the profitability of the investment of time and money that you put into that business. Every moment, every thought, every should I do this, should I do that, should always have a how does this affect my bottom line? What's the investment? What's the time return on investment? You have to think of a business in the sense of return on your investment. It's not just like, maybe we should add this to the menu because I like it. Think broader. Are other people going to like it? Do I have to advertise for it? What's the marketing cost to add a new thing? Is it going to take away from the old thing that's successful? If you're not thinking like in a branch sense as a business owner, you're not going to do well at trading. So as most people fail at trading is because they don't do that. They say, you know what? I can just push a button and make money. You've limited at that. But if you guys went through my boot camp, you saw the amount of thought that goes into my trades. I'm already prepped pre-market with what's the greater market likely to be. Once the data comes out, I'm already drawing my trade plans, where I want to go, gap fill, check the ratio. This goes here, that supports there. I'm already 5, 6, 7 steps ahead. We're in a very, very small, risky spot. So I decided to trade micros because the risk is very high. 88% is really big that the market could sell off. I don't want to be in a lot of risk. All of those decisions that are made are what I do that might be different than what you do. And so it's not just let me click the button and go long. Why did I pick 5 micros? Why was I freaking out when I realized I accidentally picked 3 micros or 3 minis? I picked the wrong thing. I freaked out because I had too much risk on the table. I just closed everything out. I was like, oh no, I made a mistake. The minute I realized I make a mistake, I got to cut and run. Yeah, I could have held on for a little bit more money, but I don't like to take accidents in my favor. I like to correct my mistake very quickly. So the behaviors of a successful or professional trader are going to be a lot different than what you ever thought. And that's what we hope the boot camp is going to instill in you, is techniques and behaviors that a real trader is actually going to do. I didn't just say, oh, hell yeah, I'm up 2,000. I made a mistake. Let me see where it goes. I go, oh, God. I'm like, it choked me up for a second. I go, oh, this is too much risk. And I'm just like, okay, I made a mistake. Let's walk away. Even a good mistake, I walk away. I don't like trading outside of my comfort zone. So we just hit a gamma exposure wall now on MES. Oh, nice. DM me on Discord. Hope you can read when you're free. Yeah, I'll get you, man. You're watching another quant trading community. I'm telling you, the way Rocket Suiter makes things actionable for retail, everybody else just keeps throwing Greeks jargon, and none of that shit is actionable. None of it is actionable. That's what I keep telling people. Nothing against gamma exposure and spot gamma and all these other things, but it's not actionable. It's like watching people stare at noisy data and like trying to infer something like, oh, okay, we have this key spot here, noise here. It's like watching people sift through sand trying to find patterns in sand. It's another form of pattern finding just on noisier data. Gamma exposure in its own sense is a step in the right direction. I commend them for taking a step in the right direction. I like to use spot gamma as an example. Great company, great stuff, but it's kind of like a geek toy for really smart mathematicians. Actionable for a retail trader is not what they produce. They produce very good information, but it isn't a probabilistic approach to the market. It's usually noisy and not actionable. So I'm glad that you said that. As we have pioneered the actionability in gamma exposure, we're the first in the world to do that. Because our model for gamma exposure doesn't use all the options. That's the secret to making it actionable. If you use everybody's options, you're going to get noise. There's somebody out there that has 540 QQQ options, 10,000 of them that expire today. 540, okay, that's insanely high. It's 400 points away. The probability that they expire in the money is practically zero. They're not going to be hedged against, or they're at least going to be basically not even acted upon until you get close to the money. However, a gamma exposure model is going to have some kind of bump at 400, and therefore it's important. We throw it out. We throw it out. So the idea is that options that have no risk, we throw out. Options that don't belong to a tandem trade that we believe have other tied trades to them to force them into being forced hand trading, we also throw out. Of all the options on this sheet of time to expiration and price, I'm going to tell you of every option that exists for like SPY, every expiration at every price, we grab data like this. Like we grab little bits of data. Like we throw out the majority, the overwhelming majority of options we throw out. We find little clusters of things that are important, and we throw out, God, 90 something plus percent of the options we throw out. To answer your question. So to show you what's actionable is we only pull out what's important, and that creates hedge pressures and walls and things like that. It's the mathematics of this option's not important, this one's not important, this one's not important. This is all speculative. Speculative isn't going to force people to trade against them. If I'm in a locked-in trade that I need to neutralize my risk, then I'm always trading against that option to neutralize my risk. So we want to find those options in the mix, and it's like pulling out a grain of sand, or like it's like pulling out. Let's see a good metaphor. It's like pulling out one ice cube and a giant thermos full of ice water. So if you go to Fun and Futures Family, make an account, they're going to do some kind of thing where they're doing a giveaway. Let me listen to what they're saying. When is the pullback? No, don't worry about, don't say when is the pullback. Say, I don't think the market's going to pull back. But if it pulls back, am I going to do something? When a bull market happens, train yourself to say there's not going to be a pullback. Don't say when is the pullback. Say, how high could it go? Never see a bull market and be afraid there's going to be a pullback. I'll give you some stats in a second. So this is the month. My bad. I'm sorry. So 70% of months are green, 30% of months are red. I'm going to talk about why when markets are rallying, somebody said, when is the pullback? This is the one thing we try to train you guys in our training boot camp. Never, ever, ever, ever say when is the pullback or I think it's going to pull back. This is by far one of 3 failure points of traders. 90% of my trades are long. I trade about 70 to 80% win rate. And 90% of my trades are long in all markets, even crash markets. I sit out a lot of the times when markets are crashing. I take longs, and I never bet that the high market turns around and sells off. Here's some stats. 70% of months are green. 30% of months are red. Okay? Of the 70% of months, and this is the last 10 years, of the 70% of months that are green, only 20% of those 70% of candles lose a third of their gain by the end of the month. Like tiny, it means tiny wicks. 20% of days have a wick. 80% have no wick or tiny wick of a third of their gains. However, on the downside, and you'll see this in the dailies reflected as well, 60% of those red months gain a third of their loss back. Means they got big wicks. Red days love to have wicks. Green days don't like to have wicks. So majority of daily candles have a similar sense. I don't like to bet that bull things bear out. I like to bet that bear things recover. It's a statistical thing. I mean, as a trader, I mean, I'm doing the stats here. 70 and 30 is pretty wild. 60 and 20 is pretty wild. There's an obvious advantage to not trying to fade a bull market, but an obvious advantage also to try to buy a bear market at the right timing, of course. So when markets break to the bull side, what most of you guys do, and I can't give you investment advice, but I will tell you, if you need one thing to take from me to decide if Rocket Scooter is worth your time, if you spend the next month of your trading not pushing the short button one time, I don't say this because the SEC is listening, but our existing members universally will claim that their win rates go up. Again, we're mathematics. It's not a sales pitch to tell you to buy anything. It's a statistical thing in the market. The market typically goes up. So when you try to doubt that, you're always betting against the herd. And timing a short is impossible to do. So just remember, if you need one thing to change for instant possible difference in your win rate, can't promise you anything. This isn't a Rocket Scooter thing. This is a statistic thing. So you're not even buying anything. So I can give you this. It's not enticing you to buy anything. This is just telling you the stats of the market. Most of the failure point of trading comes from betting incorrectly, betting too big and taking too much risk. The second biggest failure point of traders is the short button in your platform. People try to short too much. Now, 2 reasons shorting is not the most ideal thing to do. There are times when I short, but it's very sparingly. Number 1 is the market almost always goes up most days. 50% of daily candles are green, and under our what we call our greater market, roughly 70% of candles are green on the daily. So 7 out of 10 days go up when all things line up, and today all things lined up. So even in a bear market, like if you count the 2021 or 2008, you can count the candles excluding the crashy 2 weeks or whatever, and there's 50% of the candles are green even on the way down. There's no time or no market where there are more red candles than green on the daily, ever. It's one day down, one day up, one day down, one day up. The downs are bigger than the ups, and that's why the market goes down. But almost in all scenarios, it's 50-50 red and green candles. There's no statistical edge that you have in shorting. Mathematically, there's no, this is a good time to short. It's at all conditions, at minimum, it's 50-50. On the best conditions, it's 70% green. On the months, it's also 70% green months. So statistically, people are fighting the herd more often than not. Oh, the market's gone up. I think I want to fade it. What I do is I say, maybe it's gone up too high. Let me wait. If it falls, I got a long pivot from here. Let me take the scalp. Does that make sense? So if I say it could fall, I don't bet that it could fall because I don't bet against the bull market. But the other reason that people fail shorting, it's not because you're just fighting the herd. It's because shorting is so much mechanically different than longing. Here's why. And you guys, this is my last little piece of advice for y'all to learn this. See, it's not like I long the market, it goes up. I short the market, it goes down. It's how the market moves. Like when the S&P typically goes up, volatility goes down. This is very important. The understanding of how volatility ties into the typical direction of this market has everything to do with the put to call ratio. Without going too detailed into it, when the S&P goes up, volatility tends to go down because the put to call ratio is almost always greater than 1. So at this particular junction, when SPY goes up, volatility goes down. So when bull markets go up, volatility is the amount of drawdown the markets take, the amount of Ving it takes to find the buyers. Less volatile markets, buyers and sellers are in closer proximity. It means those V's get smaller as markets go up. Longing is easier to do, as well as being more plentiful. Shorting, volatility goes up as markets fall. It gets wider and crazier. If you short at the wrong place, which you tend to do all the time, the punishment of drawdown is really bad before you're right. If you long at the wrong place like a numbskull and you chase at the high, your drawdown gets lesser and lesser. You are punished less for your inefficiency in a long market than the short market. Even choosing the short is statistically a disadvantage. The way short markets go create drawdown that busts your trader funding programs because of trailing drawdown. Everyone here that's gone through the boot camp, do you short less? And tell me honestly, has that affected your performance in trader funding programs? I want to poll the group really quick. Tell me what you do. Shorting mechanically is a different trade. You have to long, you can put in big longs closer together. Shorts, you have to like spread your bet out and trade smaller because the drawdown is bigger. Right? The way that downward markets trade, it's a whole different style of trading. It's not like, you know, longing and shorting are the same thing in reverse. I'm going to learn how to short the market, long the market. It's two different skill sets. Shorting the market is a whole different style of trading than longing the market. You actually have to learn both of them. So learn longing first and then learn shorting next. Longing markets allow you to take stronger, longer trades that don't really pull back with less volatility as it goes higher. Case in point, your volatility is practically non-existent as the market presses higher. Markets don't rally and then sell off and then move like this. They might if a catalyst hits the market. But to compare that to like a downward market, it's a whole different style of trading. And so this is what we train people on, that the downward market is a completely different style of trading. You didn't know that, and you fight the market all the time. Imagine how the hour has been as the market's just moving along, right? Not a lot of shock to the market. It's moseying along. It's slow. It's just inching its way higher. Selling markets, just looking at these two side by side. Check this out. Compare this to this. This guy is like womp, womp, womp. Down, up, down, up. I mean, it's like a nightmare, right? I mean, let's just scoot over a little bit. I draw what I do. It's like, I mean, drawing's terrible. But you can see what I'm saying, right? It's down, up, down, hold, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, stable, crash, just kidding. Crash again. Oh no, rally like this. Like this is what short markets do. The volatility is all over the place. There's a medium-sized V, a bigger V. Oh my God, crazy V. Smaller V, bigger V. I mean, you can color this in with your crayon and see how much the volatility rapidly changes in these kind of markets. This is what blows up your trader funding programs. And for the most part, this day I longed and closed out there and sat out and watched the market fall. Because it might sell off, I just don't engage in it. And there's no good place to get in on a short unless you short at the high under certain circumstances. So I tend to avoid a lot of this noise because volatility is what kills your market or kills your trading account. This is just blah. Now, this was what, yesterday? I actually traded yesterday. Actually, I remember yesterday what I did. I took 2 trades. I traded like this little bump and I traded like this little bump. That's it. I made 2 little long scalps in that downward market and that's it. Here, the market is not increasing in crazy amounts of volatility. As a matter of fact, the VIX itself is in a little bit of decay. The VVIX is below 100. Market's nice and clean. Longing markets is a completely different approach than shorting markets. I tend to take heavier positions on tighter pivots, not betting on overshoots. Short markets, I tend to take smaller, wider bets with wider stops because mechanically is different. Yeah. All right. So, afraid to short now. A lot of people don't short, never short. You short way less. Data says all the shorts you've taken make up most of your losses. Shorting is harder, but the program make you better at it. No need to risk more than you can afford. Absolutely, yeah. So people are learning that they're shorting a little bit less. And when you do, you have to treat it different. And we teach you how to do both types of trades. You're water, you flow with the market. Somebody said by the time you're done with the program, it'd be much better at predicting tops. There isn't a class on it, but it's pretty obvious when there isn't a top, yeah. Almost always the shorts getting squeezed. There have been days where DD's less than half, bear zone with bearish trajectory, open below MHP. Hi everyone, Matt, how do you feel? I feel good. I feel pretty good. This is day 5 of trading with Tradeify. I am $400 from my $9,000 target in the top accounts. So I've hit my profit target in 5 days, which is good. February 11th is your next payout window that I can hit. Get my first 15,000 with them. Yep. Pretty good. Did I short out of overnight dynamics? Sometimes off of MHP from the bottom, and that's it. Nadia says, remember during the GFC when the US government banned shorting financials? That was hilarious. I remember that you couldn't short, and then they had the uptick rule. Remember that? You could only short a stock on an uptick with a lot of your brokers. Like Thinkorswim, you couldn't short into a red tick. Like the market tipped down. You guys remember the uptick rule? I don't even think it's still a thing. Is it still a thing? It's created at that time. An SEC rule governing short sales established by the SEC that requires short sales to be conducted at a higher price than the previous trade. So uptick is still a thing, right? So the original rules introduced in the Securities Act of 34, the big one, implemented in 38. They eliminated the original rule in 2007, but approved the alternate rule in 2010 as a response to the financial crisis. This is when I started trading. I remember it became a thing in 2010 when I started. It is when stocks lose like 5% in a session. Is there a limit to what starts it? I haven't traded stocks in so long to know what it is. Okay, here we go. The alternative rule allows investors to exit a long position before short selling occurs. The rule is triggered when a stock price falls at least 10% in one day. It's 10%. At that point, short selling is permitted only if the price trades above the current best bid. So when a stock has moved 10% down, you can only short on an uptick. They're forcing liquidity before continual shorting can happen. It's 10%. Yeah, I thought it was like 5%, but yeah, it's 10%. So what overnight levels do I use in trading pre-market? Yeah, absolutely. So in the overnight, you get a couple of things. Anything in futures is overnight. The green bands, DD bands are published automatically in Rocket Scooter, or if you have your chart down here, the DD bands are over here in the table. Additionally, overnight, we have something called dynamic hedge pressure. So we calculate a dynamic futures hedge pressure and monthly hedge pressure, orange and blue, just like the same. And I post them every single night. I do these locally. We're in the process of automating them, but right now you just copy the numbers onto your chart. So those are pretty much primarily the overnight pivots that we have. The rules are pretty simple. Hedge pressures pivot against them. DD bands pivot towards them, towards the middle. The same rules apply. We say about 90% of days stay on the same side of orange, 10% below. 88% of days stay inside the green, 4 above, 8 below. So I use those as pivoting off of MHP. And then the blue hedge pressure is 80%, and I trade between them and off them as well. We have larger pivots called illiquidity pivots, which are the red and yellow lines you see on my chart. They add extra information to my futures chart as well. And they're just stronger, longer pivots. Like today, we had this run length red line from that sell-off that day. We've run up and tapped it here. These red lines and this yellow line are predictable high volume pivots when you touch them. Let me show you what they look like. We teach this in our illiquidity pivots class, which we'll have pretty soon. It's a futures only class. When you touch that red line, it's a predictable high volume pivot. Calculated from the sell-off, it's one of the best tricks you have at finding return targets on an internal trade on a larger scale. So internal trade meaning we're trading inside of this move still. If this were to continue to go today, 61.50 is the next high volume pivot. It's an amazing trick we teach in our classes. It's a futures only thing. And so the red and yellow lines plus the green lines and then the hedge pressures are the best high volume pivots you have with Rocket Scooter. And as you see, they're all predictable high volume and they're all calculated last night. So yellow line, green line, look at all of this volume that's appearing right here at these yellow and green lines. Red line is that first pivot right here. Breaking red line is that second pivot right there. Oh God, only move over. You can see the volume. It's amazing how good this is. They're all predictable high volume pivots. So let me show you. Here's the open of the market right here. Here's the 9 o'clock, some 9 o'clock volume. This came from something else. Green line, yellow line, green line, yellow line, green line break is volume, 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 all in here. This break is that volume. The red line, that volume there. This right here is the red line break, that volume. And these are a week-old data point. This is a month-old data point, and these are printed every night. Red line tap right here, additional high volume. All that high volume is coming from these particular pivots. If this is to continue to go, this is that next target, 61.50, which again will be predictable high volume as well. NQ levels, yeah. So let me give you guys NQ levels for this. You got to learn this technique. It's fantastic. NQ was the 908. That was that gap fill. I somehow didn't do the NQ pivots because I am lazy. So let me go back and do them. I don't know why. I thought I always do the NASDAQ. So I don't know what I did today. Now, again, I don't have the tick chart to really go into it, but let's take a guess. Oh, because there aren't any. That's probably why. Oh, there is one. Okay, there it is. There's something I'm looking for specifically, and if you take the class, you'll know what it is. Nope, 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 nope. None of those apply. Maybe this one. Nope. Right there. Okay. So the gap has been filled at 908. 933 is the next target. 22040 is the next target. Let's check it out. That is there. Look how cool that is. Now, let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me show you how clean that technique is. And I'm really quick at it. Right there. High volume. Right there on the break. High volume. Any questions? I love when I do it and I scroll over to the right and it's like, boom, there it is. Pretty nice, right? Yeah, so illiquidity pivots are fantastic. 933 and 22040 are the next high volume pivots on the way up. This is returning to liquidity from that illiquid move to the downside. You'll see that? This guy right here, there's the tap. This guy right here, here's the break and bounce. So these are the bigger targets for today. Outside of the DE bands, we always look for these red lines if we're trading internal, yellow lines if we're trading external. So on the external move, we need to calculate some of these yellow lines. I'll do them in the class today. I don't have time to do them on the stream, but man, this was a great stream. Man, we're crushing it, guys. Whatever, let's just do it. $12.65.25. Okay. Let's find what we got here. Watch this. You're going to see some magic here. This is the technique. This is exploiting something called the margin buffer limit. One of those. Let's find any more. I'm just going to eyeball these. You guys have taken the class, know exactly what I'm doing. I don't have a tick chart to get like a little bit of more granularity on these trades, but this is the best I can do because I didn't do them when I should have been doing them. Lazy Matt being lazy over here. You guys know what I'm doing? Probably right there. You guys know the drill. These are the return pivots to the downside. Okay, back up, back up, back up, back up. What else do we got? What else do we got? What else do we got? No, 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 no. So nothing else. Nothing else is creating an event. All right. Let's check it. It just so happens that this yellow line is right in par with the impact line there. That's good. So this is the breakout high, it's 458. This trick allows you to calculate pivots at all-time highs. When we approach this number, exactly 456 will be a high volume pivot, and that is at all-time highs. It's a very cool trick. We're explaining something really cool. Trust me when we get there. If it taps that and there's high volume, write down 458, everybody. If you're on the fence about taking the classes, write that number down. That is a resistance pivot. Well, maybe that's not at all-time highs, but that's close to all-time highs. If you hit this and there's resistance based off of that, you got to take the classes just to learn this one technique. It's very cool. High volume pivots, predictable high volume pivots on these breakout highs is what this technique is telling you to do. To find where the volume will be. Something very cool that happens at these yellow lines. S&P had one right now today that line up with the DD band. Lots of volume appears at those lines. Lots of volume. Ooh, baby. All right. So what did I make today? $5,000. It's a great day. Man, this is fun. Do you guys like did you guys like when are y'all enjoying the Twitter space and the kind of like the recordings that we do with the guys from the prop firm industry? We're gonna get ETF on next week, so we'll have a chat with them. You guys enjoy this new thing that we're doing? Again, we're just like getting started. We're trying to build a more rep with the prop firm industry so that we can actually sit down and have like deeper talks. Like if regulation changed, we can have somebody come on and have like a long, heavy talk, not just about like having fun with our friends, but like we really want to get into the heart of the industry and give you guys the inside stuff. What's the inside scoop, you know? It's hard to hear when I'm on the phone. Yeah, but it's like you have to be on Twitter Spaces to kind of hear it out. The recording's there if you guys want to hear, but I'll try to figure out a way. I know Twitter Spaces, you can be part of Twitter Spaces on PC. You just can't talk on PC. So maybe what I'll do is I'll get on like another Twitter account that I have, like the Rocket Scooter account. I'll jump in the Twitter Space and then allow you guys to hear the audio through my computer audio, so y'all can pick up the audio there instead of me holding my phone up to the mic. Which means I'll have to mute when I talk so you don't hear me twice. Peter D says, am I going to call out ETF for putting you live? What do you mean? Oh, you mean because I can't do sim to fund it anymore? No, that's just a normal protocol in the sim to funded world. Once you start doing well enough, you go to live. You know, it's like that's what they all do, and it's an honor to go to live. I know I joke about like saying they ban you, but they all do it. It's not like it's a bad thing. It's less risk to the prop firm to give their good traders real money, to let them trade real money. It's not a bad thing to go to live. It's definitely an honor, but the joke is that you get banned from, I meme it, but you do get banned from sim to funded, and for good reason. I mean, honestly, if you let people like me and Pat Whelan and all these folks run rampant, we'll bankrupt these companies. I mean, we're just that good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, that's the kind of thing, right? There's a huge risk to the prop firm for traders. I mean, shit, I'm up 30,000 already with, or 25, whatever, 30,000 bucks already with Tradeify in 5 days. Pat's up 100 and something in 10 days or whatever. Like, guys like that are really good at trading can figure out how to navigate these waters. If you're very good at what you do, you can take a lot of their money from them. And so they need to promote you to live because it's less risk to them to give you real money to trade with. And as a trader, you want that because you'd like to be on a 60-40 roll, schedule K1 futures taxation rather than 1099 37% taxation on sim to funded. You don't even want to play that game for longer. But a lot of these firms don't promote the traders to live because they want the trader to still do sim to funded on their streams, because that's the good sales pitch. Live is not a good sales pitch. It's not sexy. It's not sexy to just say, here's my one futures account, look what I did. If they give you like hundreds of thousands of dollars to trade with, you can make big trades in it, then it's very sexy. But a lot of these sim to funded live programs don't give you a big enough trading account that makes it worth it. That's why your tenure with one of these companies fizzles out if they don't give you something substantial to trade with. You guys want to see traders make 50 and 100K a day, split up over 20 accounts. You know, it's a better sales pitch for those firms. So a lot of the firms don't promote their traders to live. There's a whole debate on it. They're all picking at each other right now. I was watching Twitter beef between like Dakota, who's talking for Top Step, and Matt Leach from My Funded. They're like, everyone's, and even Brett was getting in on it. They're all kind of poking at each other like, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why do you do this? There's two camps, right? Top Step is pushing really hard for people to go to live. Anybody in my boat will tell you going to live is a risk management move for a prop firm. They take their best traders. Instead of the best traders milking hundreds of grand from the company, they'll just give you 100 grand to trade with to stop you in your tracks so that you both can go to the real market and make money. Because you are a good trader, you might as well go trade the real money there. They're gonna stop you bleeding the company of the sim dollars if you're too good. And people are like poking fun of each other because the prop firms are all competitive. But we all understand the math. You guys now understand the math. It's a risk move for the firm. You know, Apex somehow can afford to pay Pat Whelan $1 million. It's a lot of money. It's a big haircut for Apex, right? You know, Apex should promote him to live, but they don't because he makes many more millions for the company per month, showing you 20x accounts. They understand that a commercial for a live funded trading account is not as sexy as someone that can say, I made 100K today in Apex. 20 times 5. So they're all poking fun of each other is, why don't you promote your traders and your influencers to live? And they're like, well, because of this. And it's all a bunch of hocus pocus. The reason they don't promote people to live because the commercial is better when it's 20x trading accounts. Oh no, they won't. They'll never put Pat in live. But Pat's an unusual circumstance. And the reason for that is because it just makes more money not to do that. They lose. He's completely crushing it and crushing them, which is great to see. I love watching my fellow traders crush it. I'm never poke fun at anybody. Pat, to me, over the years has proven himself. He used to be really bad, according to himself, at trading. He's like, I used to be really bad, and you guys used to watch me. He goes, y'all used to watch me and stuck with me, and it got better. Over the years, he's gotten really good lately. I actually commend the guy for actually putting up some talent. You know, very few people on YouTube are talented, and watching him completely demolish these trader funding programs. I don't know how much he pays. Let's do the real math. I don't know what he puts in versus what he gets out. We only see what he gets out. But I mean, you can't really balk that 600K from Apex. Now he's up another 150 is a bad thing. It's really good. And even if he spent 100K on those accounts, he's still netting money, a lot of it. And why they don't put him to live is simply because it brings in more revenue to watch a trader trade 20 accounts because you will mirror and mimic what they do. Their business model is to sell 20 accounts. Their biggest influencer is never going to not be trading 20 accounts. Y'all understand the market, right? There's the sales pitch is to get you trading 20 accounts. So forever they will be taking a haircut as Pat has gotten infinitely better at trading, enough to say it's impressive to watch. I don't know what his you know, his input into that is, but it's impressive to watch the output. They'll never promote him to live. And they're all kind of poking each other, fun at each other for that. Why don't you push him to live? And like, dude, like Dakota and all these people are like, and I'm just like, guys, come on. In the public, they're poking at each other, but we all know why. This is the reason why. It's a better commercial not to. It makes so much more money not to. So, you know, they'll put a good trader into live, but they won't put a good marketer into live. And then Tops Up is like, but we're putting our good traders into live. And they're like, how many people have you actually put the live? You know, it's just fun to watch them all kind of dance around it. But moving a trader to live is lowering the risk of the prop firm. That's the only reason they do it. Now, it's seen as an honor because only the best traders get that, but it's also seen as the prop firm loses less money to remove you from sim to funded, and then they ban you from it for a couple of years. Once they move you to live, you can't play sim to funded anymore. So I was moved to live in ETF. I can't do sim to funded for 3 years. It's a shadow ban, but it makes sense because if I were trading, they risk me taking hundreds of grand from them. So you move somebody to live so that you make money together, and it makes sense. It's better for everybody to go to live. It's actually a win-win for the trader because you make more of your money due to taxes. So you want to be live, but if you're a promoter making money on affiliate sales, you do not want to go to live because you might save money on taxes, but you take a huge haircut on your affiliate sales because nobody wants to watch you trade a single trading account. Case in point, before I started doing prop firms, we had about 100 people watching us on YouTube and about a couple hundred people in our Zooms. Now 400 to 500 people at a time watch my YouTube shows, and it gets between 3,000 to 7,000 views per show. People love seeing you trade multiple accounts. It's good for business. anytime a trading company puts me alive, I'll probably stop talking about them and move on to the one that won't. From my point of view, from this point of view, in the seat of showing off, you guys stick around when I'm showing you crushing it in 5, 10, 20 accounts. Is Pat making money after costs? I mean, Pat buys a car every other week. So, I mean, actually was talking to him when he was building his office. I actually picked out his computers for him in his office. We were chatting about it. So Pat and I were on Amazon looking up computers. He's like, I don't know anything about computers, dude. Can you help me? I was like, yeah, you know, everybody knows I'm the guy that builds computers. So I was like, sure. So I went and picked out all the computers for his trade room for his traders and his girlfriend and everybody. I picked out all their computers for them. And yeah, he's buying, you know, he's like, I'm going to buy like 15 computers, you know, 1 to 2,000. He spent about 200 grand revamping that whole warehouse, which was kind of a big, I mean, all the stuff they did, the car lifts in there. I mean, he's spending some money. So clearly he's crushing it out there. I'm not going to lie. And I'm always very objective. I don't just over there and, you know, we're acquaintances. We're not like close or anything, but like, you know, I like to be honest about watching people grow. And one of the few traders out there who I used to think was okay and not that great, that I could say now is doing very well. Like very impressive to watch the growth. So I have to give props for sure. His trading has come a long way. It's great to see that growth. I get proud watching people slug it out because it's a lot to do it. And it's a lot to do it on live. So, good morning, Matt. Your name is Matt. What's up, Matt? Every morning you enjoy the videos. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. So I would say with the amount of money he's spending, he's making money because I'm not out there buying a new car every couple of weeks. Well, actually Lambo. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. I mean, I'm making money, but like, you know, definitely either he's spending all of it on cars, but he definitely, you know, he's writing checks left and right over stuff. I mean, he went and bought, like I have a Magnus, the Magnus stand-up desk. It's $1,000 desk, and I think he bought like 12 of them. I've got one of them. So he's definitely spending some cash for sure. But he makes most of his money from affiliate fees and courses he sells. Is what you're saying? I would say at some point that was true. I think right now he's just doubling up. He's probably making twice as much affiliates. I know he's on the payroll of Apex for sure. But still though, I mean, you can't argue with like, you know, guys can be popping $1 million payout sometime this year total. Minus taxes, you're down to what, 60, minus the fee, the cut they take, you're down to 50, 500,000. Still not bad. And I don't know what it costs in the fees to transfer over, but I'm sure it's not even a tenth of that. So, I mean, not bad to net a free 400K per million that you make. But yeah, dude, very proud of the guy. Doing very well. I always root for my fellow YouTubers when they crush it. I like it. I like to see people doing well. Matt Core has been crushing it too. I've been seeing him post. I think he's about to pull a 6-figure payout with Apex. Sign up for classes, Plan Zero. Welcome, dude. Glad to see you, dude. You recommend any particular computer for trading? No, actually for trading, you don't need much. Like, and this is what I told him. For trading, you just need, it depends on how many monitors. This is where you need to start. How many monitors do you need? If you need at least 4, a high-end NVIDIA graphics card will support 4 monitors. If you have more than 4, you need more than 2. Other than that, you just need a very solid dual-core gaming processor and is you know, 16 gigs of RAM. 32 if you want to go overkill, you're not going to need that much. Just for a trading program, a bunch of DOMs. DOMs are going to eat up your CPU very quickly. So you need a fast CPU with a lot of cores, a lot of threads, depending on how many different windows you have open, a lot of RAM, and that's it. You don't really need a high-end gaming machine. That's what I told him too. So you're going to spend about $1,000 on a computer for trading. That's all you need. For me, I have 10,000 things I do, not just trading. So I have to have a better computer. If you're not going to game on it, you don't need to be spending. You can get a middle of the road 4060 NVIDIA Alienware computer for $1,000 and it will run trading like a champ. Michael struggles at managing your stop price on kills trades before it takes off. You need to take the rocket scooter classes. Stop management is one of the first things we teach you. $20 for our classes. You guys have to take $1 a class. Come to the class, guys. Tell Michael he must take the classes. You gotta join the crew, man. Go here. Go here. Join up in. Hold on, there's a little thing here. What was I trying to... Oh, wait, we're here. So I'm done for the day on trading. There's no more trades to take from today. Mr. Clutch gifting $20 for a class. All right, everybody. Giveaway. Giveaway time. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. I love when you guys donate $20. It's for a giveaway. Everybody hang tight. All right. I want everybody to go into chat and type the following. Type in the words free class. FREECLAS S1 word giveaway. Mr. Clutch donating the boot camp to somebody. Free class, one word, no space. All right. The only person that can win is somebody that hasn't taken the class yet. Existing course takers can't win the class because you already have it. For somebody that hasn't signed up yet. So if you won, just be like, I'm already in the class. This is for somebody new. Clutch, my man over here. By the way, Clutch, I got to tell you, dude, you've been crushing it lately. And I gave you a shout on Twitter last night. It's good to see people like Noah and friends that hang out with us crushing it. He's been killing it lately. Go watch his Twitter. Post your Twitter up. You can throw it in here so people can follow you. Clutch is a member of our group. Doing his own thing. Looks like he's starting his own thing. Building a pretty solid community over there on Twitter. Deserves a shout. I like watching people transparent, killing it. Shit, Vaughn throwing in another class. All right. Thank you. Really appreciate you guys donating. These guys really want to help change your trading style and behavior. They believe this is worth it for you. So this is going to get you free access to the bootcamp. Okay. 2 people. This is fun. I love that you guys are, it's really nice. Okay. All right. Yeah, put up your Twitter, man. If you want, post it here so that people can follow you. Person on Twitter using Rocket Scooter, crushing it. All right, you guys ready? Oh, shit. Wait, hold on. Oops. All right, everybody. Let's do it again. I messed it up. One more time, everybody type in free class. Start over. 1, 2, 3, go. Give you about 1 minute. 1 minute to type it in. I am an idiot and messed up. I don't know why it's not showing up. There it is. There we go. All right. These are our latest winners the other day. Abdon, Austin, keep going. Free class. One word, no space. One word, no space. Free class. Some of you, if you already are in the program, if you're already a lifetime, already a monthly, doesn't apply. You can't win. So only if it's just somebody that hasn't taken the class yet. Our members have donated 2 classes to you guys. Really appreciate y'all. Somebody here has decided, and those of you that win, I want you to get with Clutch or to get with Espawn in Discord once you join, and maybe they can help mentor you or help get you ahead, you know, give you some pointers or whatever. You know, these guys are vetting for the class and telling you must do it. All right. Ready? We're going to do the drawing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. You got to go to Discord if your name is drawn. All right. Dean, say something in chat. Are you a member? Or are you not a member, Dean? Are you a member yet, Dean? Name sounds familiar. You have 30 seconds to type something in chat. Congratulations. First day here. All right. We have 1 million Deans. That's why I asked. All right, Dean, congratulations. Go to Discord. Send me or Slack's a message. Tell me you won the contest. Send Slack's a message. She'll be able to get you really quick. Good job. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Well, one more. Actually, you know what? Bogdan, you're a member, aren't you? 40 seconds to say something in chat. Congratulations. I know you're a member. I know you're a member. I know you're a member. So we're going to draw again. Maybe TBM would win again. Oh, that's hilarious. That was really funny. Matt was on like a vacation. He was in Mexico. He snuck in. Oh, your wife was distracting you. Okay, we'll keep going. One more drawing. All right, let's go. And Dean wins again. What? All right, that's hilarious. What is up with this random number generator? Jesus. Oh my God. Bro, Dean, this is like the universe speaking to you, man. Literally, the universe is telling you something. I gotta say, man, I gotta tell you. Oh, and it's so weird because my mouse, look at this. My mouse where it was on Morris Dean. This is the day of Deans, guys. This is like the universe is telling you something if your name is Dean. And Dean we trust today. All right, we have to draw one more time. Literally, my mouse is highlighting the word Morris Dean. Dean and Dean and Dean and Dean. Okay, how to become a member? Oh, here we go. This is how you join. If you use our platform, you get access to our membership program that way. You go here. It's half price for the first month to use the platform. They get more esteem. There you go. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So, what kind of Santa Claus of the North Pole? Congratulations on your victory. Santa is the winner. Merry Christmas, everybody. So, I swear I've never seen your name in chat. This is hilarious. I'd be laughing every time. So, all right, Santa Claus of the North Pole, congratulations. Go to Discord and send us a message. Dean wins twice and Santa wins on top of that. You know, this is what a day we've had today. I accidentally fat fingered $5,000. What a day. What a day today. What a legend. You guys are legends. This is crazy. You guys are hilarious. Congratulations, winners. Mean Dean ain't playing around. There you go. All right, so a couple things, right? Let's talk about the rest of the trading day today. You guys know the rules of what I did. Let's just talk about it. So, you know, resilience was positive all day long. Let me show you guys some tricks here before I kind of like... When this white... Oh, that's why. So, one of the things is this white line... When this line is above 0, you use this dashed line as a guide as to what's going on here. This white line is above 0. The S&P is going to tie break on half gap to there. So there's support. Liquidity map has a blue bounce point from the open. So when you tie the two together, liquidity map has open, blue, open. This was yesterday's trade plan the same way. If it breaks, it goes to next resistance there. Typically the DD band, which today was DD band. Right? This was the same trade setup as yesterday. We're pretty excited about the same thing. Yesterday, it fell all the way down. Today, it started breaking towards highs, so I jumped in and chased, right? That's what I did today. Same trade plan as yesterday, except for I actually took the long at the open instead of waiting for the dip. This is greater than 0, so I know that the halfway point pivots from here to here. This is res mode 1. This is from our class. This is res mode 2. Outside of the box is a pivot. If you go to the liquidity map, you will see. Oops, let me get the bigger one. No, not that. Not that. Where the heck's the liquidity map? Oh, well, whatever. Over here to the right, on the liquidity map, it tells you, oh yeah, that's right, it's right here. If resilience is greater than 0, I do a small trade at the open and a small trade at blue. Right, medium trade at blue. So small trade at open was why I did micros. I thought I did micros. I accidentally did minis. I was just quickly thumbing through them. I thought I had preset everything to micros, but I only preset this one to micros. So this was what I was supposed to make, and this is what I accidentally make. So small trade at open because small trade at open to DD band. So the trade plan is small long to DD, and if it were to dip, medium trade up to DD. Now I know that this was a difference of 25 points, not the best thing to hold on S&P. So my small trade would have taken a stop roughly here. And then I would have done nothing else until here to dive right back in. So I held the small trade with micros. The reason micros instead of 1 to 2 minis was because the distance is pretty big. And I decided instead of stopping with 2 minis to hold 5 or fewer micros for 25 points. My normal small trade is roughly 2 contracts ES or 1 contract NASDAQ. 2 ES is $1,000 per 10 at 25. It's a $2,500 haircut on my first entry. Not so good. So instead, I decided instead of 2 ES with a stop of 10, I did 5 micros with a stop of 25. Do y'all see the math there? One mini on 25 is 1250. 5 micros is only a loss of 625, a fourth of this. I was going to take $625 worth of drawdown and then smack it with 4 minis. Does everyone see why I did what I did? Question? 3 more likes for 200. Ooh, 1 more for 200. Does everybody understand why I did what I did? Why did I hit? Normally I'd hit this with 2 minis. Why did I hit it with 5 micros? Because the distance was 25 and I was going to hold 25 points of drawdown. And 625 is well within my range for Tradeify because my target win per day is 2 to 4K. Therefore, my drawdown per day is roughly 2K. So 4 minis here with a 10-point stop is about 2K of loss. If this didn't bounce, plus the 625 of that, puts me roughly at 2,600 loss, which is in the range I need to be. So this, if you didn't think that all of these decisions are going into my trade plan, that's what the courses help you see. The position sizing is the key to what I did. Now do you guys see when I realized that I was in like, 3 to 5 minis? I freaked the fuck out. Because I would have busted all these accounts had the market taken a nosedive to where it could bounce. So I immediately closed them out. And I closed them all out early because I panicked. I was like, oh God. Even I closed out the minis when I was like, oh, okay, wait, the micros. I'm like, let me close everything out. So do you see why when I realized I had too much risk, I just kind of like, normally I would just pull the risk back. But because I was doing the podcast and doing the stream, I just didn't have time to think about it. So I pulled everything out, which is fine. I accidentally hit my profit target. So I was like, well, that's my profit target anyways. Let me close. So does everybody understand? Just for we'll stream for like maybe 20 more minutes, but y'all understand, right? The reason why I chose 5 micros instead of my normal 2 minis on this small trade. 2 minis when there's a 10-point stop nearby. 5 micros when it's 25. Anytime you can allow your stop to go smaller, go larger, trade smaller. So like the idea that I'm just throttling my position low was allow myself to make, $500 or something if I was right and lose 625 if I was wrong. 4 minis from bouncing open, blue open. Imagine 4.5 minis on a 25-point run. Okay. It's 2,000 every 10 just on the 4. This would be a $5,400 trade had it bounced there. 5,400 risking about 26, which is what I calculated earlier. So that would immediately been the trade I wanted to do. So I want to have a little bit just in case it goes and have a lot of buying power in case it dips. That position sizing is the secret to what I do. What can I win here with the word free class, free class? Oh, we had a drawing. The 2 people that won already won, but come back because usually every day people are gifting stuff. On Monday, we're going to be doing an ETF giveaway, 3 free accounts for those of you using Elite Trader funding. Starting in February, we're going to do our own giveaways. For those of you, if you use at least $500 worth of trader funding programs, you enter a drawing for lifetime with us. So every $500 you spend. Anytime you guys are using a trader funding program, use our code. We have everything that comes into use of the code from affiliate just goes right back into Rocket Scooter. So today is the last day for Tradeify. I think it's still 50%. You guys want to check this out because after tomorrow, it's not 50%. This is our link. Use our code. 50% growth advanced, 30% straight funded. And tomorrow, I think, is when the discounts change. This is the last day of this. They have a flash sale today. I think the advanced are all $35. That's the flash sale today. So if you're wanting to do Tradeify, which is by far, I'm not going to lie, has become my favorite trader funding program for the reason of the interface is amazing. All kind of cool things. So hopefully they all go to that. You know, I love ETF. I love Top Step. They're all great. Tradeify is inched ahead because the interface is beautiful. I like it. It's got my stats. It's got reports. It's easy to see on the affiliate side. It's easy to see on my trading side. It's kind of nice. It's really neat. So if you're trying to track your performance, they do a bang up job allowing you to do so. I like it. Even though I'm using Tradeify, why not trade your other accounts on stream? So there's a thing on stream. By the way, I like your name, Tony Clifton. I'm a huge Andy Kaufman fan. The idea that simfluencers trade multiple prop firms all at once, I think is kind of scammy. Because what they do is they will trade a bunch of them and just show the one that wins. So for me, I commit to one thing and just show the history of one thing. That way I'm not using like camera tricks to be like, I won an Apex today. Hey guys, look, I won an ETF today. Hey guys, I won in Tradeify today. To bounce around. Because you're really kind of not, like, you guys are more interested to see start to finish payouts. So I told people, like, I said, okay, I'll do Tradeify now until I get all my payouts, and then I'm going to rotate to something else and rotate to something else. Yeah. So, yeah, for me, I'm not trading other accounts and other prop firms all at the same time. Yeah. I don't short the DD band. The line is 6134. 6134 is tapped, I think. What about it? Oh, yeah, the red line is gone. 6138. Now, the big question is, how do we finish out the week? What do y'all think? Okay, guys, y'all know the drill. I love y'all to death. This has been fantastic. Hold on, wait. No, wrong button. Don't go. Fantastic. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming in my journey. This is the largest stream we've had. Every day it's gotten bigger. I think today we peaked at like, I don't know, 402 people. That's great. Not the largest stream we ever had. We used to have about 1,000 people watch us at a time when I was doing my $1 million challenge back in 2020. Well, we disappeared for 2 years to build Rocket Scooter platform, but now we're back full force. We've been growing every single month, bigger and bigger and bigger. You came to a very special day for me. I got the Rocket Scooter sign with the cords tucked behind the wall. Beautiful look. I love it. Crushed it today. 5 days away from payout with Tradeify. I'll take 15,000, which is the maximum they give them the first payout. Hopefully, I'll be up 45,000 with them. That's my target goal. 9 times 5 is 45 plus some. I'm hoping to have at least 20K each of these accounts. So there's probably about 100K of profit with them in the next 6 days if I can. We'll see. Love having you guys here. 2 course winners. That's great. Remember, join the boot camp. It's only $19.99 for a whole month. It's $1 a class because we're not designing this to sell boot camp seats to people for thousands of dollars. Trading pays my bills. I don't need to take money from traders to pay my bills. So we want to really help. We want to really get the word out. Rocket Scooter is our platform that we made. If you guys are interested in it, we do have a lot of cool specials and deals going on. But the boot camp, you have to come. It's like literally going viral. There are so many people doing it because people are like, I can't believe this is only $1 for a day. It's just $1. So check it out. The link is posted in chat. If you have any questions, go to discord.gg.rocketscooter/rocketscooter. Give me a message. We'll tell you all about it. But in the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Another successful day. Another green for the books. Another win. I can't complain. I love my life. Things are so great. The boot camp is going to address three things that you do wrong, and they are as follows. You bet too big for the risk you take because you have no stop loss or position management strategy. This is a boot camp on betting practices. You will learn not to just wait for the home run trade. You will learn how to bet within the realm of what you have. Why did I choose 5 micros? Why did I put my stop where it was? Why did I have the confidence to long on a gap up instead of want to fade it? Number 2 is you short the market too much. The odds are against you, and you're not treating shorting the way you need to treat it, which is volatile instead of just falling straight down. Volatility kills your trader funding program accounts. It hits your drawdown limits, and you die pretty quickly in that world trying to short. If you do short, smaller bets, make them wider, bigger stops to account for the volatility. If you're not incorporating volatility into your trading, you're doing number 2 mistake that all people do, is they short without accounting for the volatility. And number 3, the final reason you don't do well as a trader is you have no market avoidance strategy, which are rules to sit out, which is why for the last 3 hours, you got to sit here and have me talk about ordering stakes, interviewing Jayden, and just practically goofing off because I've already triggered my sit out rules. I must make myself do something to not trade so they don't overtrade. Market avoidance is something you lack, and that's something we'll give you. All 3 of those things. This is a boot camp to grill you and train you on those 3 things. It's not the indicators you use, it's the method you apply and how you bet around the market with the odds and the circumstances given to you. There's a reason some people do well and you don't, and it's because of those 3 things, I guarantee it. So hopefully we send you on a journey to discover those 3 things about yourself. How and when to short, when to avoid the market, and betting the right amount for the risks you're taking and the confidence you have. Notice how none of that said chart patterns or candle patterns, because those things don't do the heavy lifting. Only you. I'm out. We'll see y'all Monday morning. Have a great weekend, guys. Boot camp today, 3:30 EST. We'll be there for an hour. It's in our Discord under the Zoom call channel. Any questions you have, send me a message. Love y'all. See you later. Bye-bye.